evening, everybody, and welcome to the latest session of Power and Prophecy. And we'll have a quick recap on where we're at. So we pick up Aetherwind, where you've been for the last couple of sessions, in the aftermath of the conflict with the combat with the hill giant and the manticores. So collectively, the group decided that they were going to assist Aetherwind in dealing with this monster problem that was plaguing the village. And you've done that. You've slayed the beast without any major issue, apart from Torrik, who had a bit of a near brush. And now we are in the few days of respite that follow that period. So you have... you've rested, you've trained, you gained level 6. Well done, everybody, for getting level 6. And you've spent 3-4 days doing your own thing. Some have done a bit of work, some have done a bit of training. And you're at the point now where some decisions need to be made. Whether... As you know, by this point in the campaign, in Nostramar is very volatile. You've been caught in blizzards. There have been more threats of blizzards to come. And you're very much at the point now where that weather is caught up to you. Okay? So that's a factor in any decisions to be made. On the last session, we were introduced to a couple of characters. We were introduced to Knock Knock, the Kenku alchemist. we were introduced to Eberron, the elven blacksmith, Bryce, the tavern owner, handful of other villagers and individuals that we've met. In the final few moments of the session, shall we say, we had something of an interesting reveal. The characters of Cyrus and Pike have been sharing visions of such, or connected moments where they've witnessed and experienced things. Started off somewhat subtle, and then became more apparent, involving raven feathers. At the end of the last session, Pike, who has a certain nighttime regime whereby he goes out and trains, went out after dusk to continue his practice, and found himself involuntarily receiving a vision, a hallucination. Something happened to him. Instead of being in the village of Aetherwind, traversing through the snow as the sun had now set in the dark, he found himself in an open glade. And he came face to face with an entity, a large, imposing black entity with wings of raven feathers and a white porcelain mask. I think it was pretty apparent to you straight away, Pike, who that was. And you found yourself communing with her, the Raven Queen, who officially named you a champion and had a bargain for you, a deal of such, whereby to accept her gift, her embrace, and to come into her fold, you would need to give something up. And she was unclear as to what the details of that was, but that you would get something in return. And she offered you a cylindrical orb that you would have to place your hand on. Cyrus, who was fast asleep in his bed in the tavern, found himself in that glade, at that same moment, to bear witness to this. He already had his suspicions who his patron was, but he had it confirmed for him that night. The two of you, in completely different places, shared this moment. And at that moment that you touched that orb, Pike, you received a massive amount of damage that should have killed you outright. Maybe it did for a brief moment. But what she did what happened to you was wherever you got sent to in that split second, that void moment, you were pulled back from it to face her, and then placed alongside Cyrus, and the two of you were given a cryptic message, maybe a warning, about things unfolding in the shadows. She talked about protecting the balance of life and death, not taking sides but maintaining that balance. And in that moment that she was talking to you and giving you this information, something that had crossed over that split between planes, or something that was existing within that space with you, unbeknownst to you or her, began to materialize again. Something that potentially was kept at bay for a period of time was able to be present in that space, and you were able to turn Pike and Cyrus and see for the first time an entity that up until now has only existed in whispers and shadow and has tormented from somewhere beyond the plane, came to you in full glory, probably not would be the right word, but its full form. And the Raven Queen, initially taken back by it, pressed forward. There was some kind of confrontation in a split second, and you both woke. Cyrus in your bed, blanketed in raven feathers, instantly brought upright. Pike, you were on the floor, in the snow, in Aetherwind, in the middle of what you think is the middle of the night, surrounded by raven feathers. So, we are literally going headlong back into it. We are picking up with you, Pike. And all I will tell you is that as you wake and you find yourself lying in that blanket of snow, surrounded on the ground by all those raven feathers, you sense and you begin to see dawn cresting the horizon. Wherever you were, wherever you went to, a significant portion of time passed, a night passed, and you begin to see dawn cresting the horizon. Okay? So we will start with you. You're on the ground, you're in Aetherwind, and it's over to you.
Oh. Right, I've just chugged my Red Bull. I'm ready to go. So I'm back in the town, yeah. Whereabouts am I back in this town?
Somewhere near the corral, where the horses were. You were heading off towards those buildings at the top right. It was just part of where you were going to begin your nightly trainings, but you are in the open.
Oh yeah, there I am. See myself. How do I feel after this tragic experience?
You feel what can only be described as somebody who's gone and had a really heavy night on a multitude of spirits. You wouldn't say you've had a relaxing night's sleep or restful. You've been through something spiritual on an atomic level. You've been rattled from top to bottom. Okay.
And my familiar's not with me?
No. What that usual sense that you would have, that connection to your familiar, is not there. It's almost as if you can't even recall what it felt like. As you glance around, outside of the raven feathers, a certain way behind you, where it would have been following you out, is a small black amulet sitting on the floor.
Right, well, can I go up and inspect the amulet without touching it? I don't want to pick it up. I just want to go look at it. We don't need another Torek murder spree.
Okay.
Not with my bitch.
So you're heading to the amulet. You're approaching the amulet.
Yeah. I just want to get close. I want to keep like 5 feet away from it, just in case it grows legs and charges at me.
Okay. You approach. It's quiet. Wind is whistling through your hair. It's a very serene. Just that light coming over. It is just placidly sitting there on the floor. There doesn't appear to be any movement. You don't feel anything.
Sorry.
Sitting there.
Can I do an Arcana check on it from a distance? I want to see if it's still magically. I want to see if I get like a magical feel from it still.
A magical feel from it.
Yeah.
Give me an Arcana check. This is something that you would normally have a certain amount of skill in. I would say. Yes.
Yeah.
You would have, yeah.
Yeah. I do have a scroll of identify as well, but I was kind of saving that.
Okay. There's give me an Arcana check.
I can't see it in my. Yeah, there it is.
Give me a.
Oh shit!
Give
my
me
dice
a
is huge.
Arcana.
19, baby.
Okay. Now you're doing this from a distance. You're not thumbing in it or putting your hands on it at all or anything like that.
I am definitely not thumbing the amulet.
Okay. As you observe and try to look for any properties that would some kind of indication that it has magical properties, a glow or something like that. No, it looks relatively ordinary from this distance. It's still got a very ominous decoration. There are parts of it that have been attached and things. Obviously, there was that. The basic structure of it with a medallion sitting in the centre that seemed to be clipped into the amulet. But there are things hanging off it, and no, it looks relatively ordinary. Almost, you might say that it looks invitingly ordinary.
Is it? Because obviously what happened last time where something come out of it and then the Raven Queen kind of bitch slapped it away. Does the amulet look damaged, or does it still look intact?
No. It doesn't look like it's had any impact, any kind of effect. What you saw has had no impact on it.
Well, I really don't want to be picking this thing up on my own. Can I try and cast Find Familiar again and see if my fox can pick it up again?
You can try and cast Find Familiar, certainly. But you are unable to do so. It is as if that spell, that action, no longer is something that you can compute, that you can even comprehend. You no longer have Find Familiar.
Okay, indeed. I don't want to leave this fucking death amulet in the middle of the street. You know what I mean?
Can you use your sword and pick it up?
That's kind of what I'm thinking at the moment, to be honest with you. I'm just trying to find what tool I've got which is the longest to keep it away from me.
Do you have mage hand still?
Have you got that immovable rod?
I don't know. No, I don't have the immovable rod. The only thing I've got I could probably pick it up with is the rapier.
Why don't you go outside and find a stick?
You don't have your invisible mage?
I don't know. Yeah. I've already been told I can't do one spell. I can try Mage Hand. Can I cast Mage Hand?
You have not got Mage Hand.
Oh my god, he lost a class. That's his class thing.
You do not have Mage Hand or Find Familiar.
Okay. Can I try and pick the amulet up with my rapier?
Okay.
So you know, like
the action. So you
know how like you would kind of like pick like a dirty nappy up with like a long stick.
Oh yes, I know. Yes. So as you gingerly approach the anak, the amulet that is sitting on the pristine white snowfall, as you approach and your sword kind of hooks under the amulet necklace, I suppose, that it's attached to. What starts off as a small feeling, a very cold, sickening feeling that just grows in the pit of your stomach.
Can I point one thing out? As an elf,
Yep.
I do have advantage to avoid or end the charmed condition.
To avoid, you have advantage to avoid. Okay, well, yeah, that's fine. It's not.
Just so you're aware.
Yeah, that's fine. It is.
And I'm immune to
more of
magical
a-
sleep.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. It starts off with a feeling. Let's pit the stomach. It's more of a sense. And as you hook the blade underneath and you begin to lift, it kind of like it comes in the wind as the blade. It's like it's almost like a breath, a malicious breath that comes through on the wind, fills your ears, and then passes as you hook the blade. But apart from that,
Ugh. This might get dumped down the well.
Don't touch it.
So it's nice and chill at the end of my rapier at the moment, correct?
at the moment you've got it hooked on the end of your rapier and you're holding it extended at arm's length, and all you've had is a very malicious that came out as if like a breath of wind.
Okay. Do I know where everyone else is? I'm assuming they're in the tavern.
You left few of them in the room at the tavern. You left Cyrus in the room, and you also had Torek and Tiberius in with you. Osro, Magnus, Luminara, and Arwen have separate rooms on the opposite corridor. Opposite the corridor. They're all asleep. You're the only one that's.
Can I try and make my way back to the room while sort of like holding this fucking amulet a good as far away from my body as I can possible?
Okay. You begin walking towards the tavern.
Yeah, man, we fucking teleport.
Do you used to have a MISTdirection teleport, didn't you?
I still do, because it's part of my race.
I was about to say you have still got a teleport.
Unless you've race changed me.
No. Your race remains unchanged. So you have. But yeah, as you're walking back, you start to see a few stirrings in that central kind of courtyard where Brynwold's house is adjacent to the tavern. You see a couple of people. You see Greta is out and about with Drell. They are not waiting yet, like they're supposed to be, waiting for you to go hunting with them potentially, but they are out and about. You see them doing some kind of preparations across the way. They're not very close to you at the moment. Depends on how close you want to get, whether you want to interact with them. Do you want to try and get past them without them noticing you?
Well, I think if anyone knows Pike at this point, I am a breezy fucker. I'm just going to walk past these people.
Yeah. So you can continue up to them. Well, up to, without really getting their attention.
I'm not even going to look at them. I'm just going to meander past them. Not even
straight on into the tavern.
Not even a head nod.
Okay.
No thumbs up. No.
Okay.
Nada.
Whether it be because they weren't expecting to see you or not, you don't hear any call out, any indication that they're now looking at you. You are able to quietly go into the tavern, and you find it just empty on that ground floor. No sign of Bryce. He's obviously still asleep, and nobody has woken. So you want to head upstairs?
I would like to increase my altitude by going upstairs.
All right then. You head up. Fair enough. Fine. Are you heading towards Cyrus? I take it.
Yeah, I want to go back to my room. There seems to be the most people where the most people are sort of congregating at the moment.
Yeah,
we've got some problems to solve. So,
right. So, approaching the corridor, where your room is on the right-hand side, Cyrus, you're awake at this point. You've been awake for a few moments. You hear the footsteps on the stairs, creaking of the floorboards. You hear the door go, and Pike, walks gingerly into the room with an extended rapier out in front of him, and the first thing that you see as he opens that door is the rapier with the amulet at the end of it come through the door. Okay.
Who else is in the room with us? Because wasn't it like shared rooms?
It's
You
Torek
have
and
a
Tiberius.
sleeping. Torek and Tiberius are both fast asleep at the moment.
And
Mom and I'm an
When I-
idea.
when
Let's bring it to Torek.
oh shit! When I woke up, how long would you say we were like whisked away? Like, you know, was 1 minute in the mortal realm 3 hours? Like,
You felt like you may have
were
been
we
in that
gone the
glade
entire
for
night
10.
or something?
Well, it's morning is cresting over the horizon. There are windows on the north side, so you will start to see light coming through those windows as you woke, which dishevels you a little bit, discombobulates you, because 10 to 15 minutes perhaps you felt like you were dreaming or in that glade. It's more of it's hit Pike more because he literally went from being outside at night to down for 15 minutes in the glade to morning. So you could have just had it. You know when you go to sleep quite quickly and you wake up and all of a sudden it's morning and you feel like that's just gone like that. You've just had a very vivid dream in the middle of that, whereas Pike is effectively gone, just down and been up, and all of a sudden he's lost a night on the ground outside. Okay.
Yeah, so when I come
yeah.
in, can I just sort of like plop the amulet on the table in the middle of the room?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And just like, we got a problem.
Okay, before we if we just we'll go across to the tavern scene, and we've got the table in front of us there with the 4 of you on it. Okay. So yeah, carry on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna obviously plop it on the table. I just want to sort of like slide it off the end of the rapier onto the table and just be like, yeah, we got a bit of a problem.
And I take it you say this loud enough that Tiberius and
Yeah,
Tyke could potentially wake.
Yeah, I'm not being sneaky
Yeah.
about this. I'm just like, just casually sort of saying it. I'm not screaming it at the top of my lungs. Just sort of casually, just like, we got a problem. I'm gonna sort of slide it off the end of the rapier.
Yeah, Torek is the first to turn over, and it as you enter the room, you see him as he has his back to you, and he begins to almost shiver, and he looks unsettled almost immediately. When you speak, he almost reaches and grabs onto the bed with a start, and he begins to slowly turn and look over his shoulder at you, and then down to the amulet. And then his eyes close and he begins deep, heavy breathing, and you see his head kind of turning from side to side, and he's just kind of slowly shaking his head. He's like, no, 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 no. And I am going to roll for him.
Oh God. What do you do, Pike?
Nothing I can't
Feel
fix.
free to
Don't worry. Nothing I can't fix.
continue as you
I
were.
told you. Every time one of my characters dies, more mid-max.
this threat he has looming over me. Right. Uno momento.
That means you could probably just wear the amulet.
I mean, I don't know if I want to go that far just yet.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Tell us. You can't just laugh.
At the moment that he starts to struggle, starts to shake his head, oh no, 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 no. It's as if he's paralyzed. It's as if he's just staring at it, wide-eyed, and at what you can only imagine is a rabbit in the headlights. He is just staring wide-eyed at it, vacant. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing nothing else, that's all he's doing.
Pike, I had this crazy dream, man. We gotta talk about it. As I'm getting out of bed, not believing it's real.
Yeah, we got. Some. I mean,
Oh, man,
you thought it was
I had a
crazy. I'm the one who.
dream. You were in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I was there. I was in a dream. It was. If it was crazy for you, it was crazy for me. I got my heart ripped out.
In this dark room, can I tell it's the amulet as I'm walking towards it?
What's your night vision like?
Nothing. I'm a human. I don't have night vision.
Okay, so you can feel this blanket of raven feathers that you've basically woken up in. So as you get up and you approach, and you come within that, and your eyes adjust to the night. You barely could even really see Tarek. You've heard him mutter. But as you approach the and I will move you to approach. As you get kind of a little bit closer, it all of a sudden comes, but you are 10 feet away from it now. All of a sudden it becomes apparent that it's right in front of you because Pike is holding it. And you get the same sickly feeling come over you in that instance, as if the joy has been just sucked out of your life. Okay?
It wasn't a dream.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it wasn't a dream.
Where did you even get that? As I'm looking at it around
it was on my fox, wasn't it? My fox is gone. I can't resummon it. This is what I'm saying. We've got a problem, you know.
Well, yeah, we watched her hit something, and then your fox was gone, but just resummon it.
I've tried. Do you think I've not tried? Do you think I willingly walked in here carrying that on the end of my rapier? Summoning the fox was the first thing I tried to do.
Sometimes with your abilities, maybe you thought you could handle it.
I mean, I probably could handle it. We know that. But I don't want to test it out. It's the first thing I tried to do when I woke up. Summon my fox. I even tried Mage Hand. Nothing. Nada. Couldn't do any of it. That's why I've come back to the group. I didn't want to leave it out in the street, you know?
We can put it back in my lockbox that we used to put it in.
Oh, am I asleep during this interaction still?
Tiberius, you've woken at some point during this interaction. You've woken as well, and Tiberius, the first thing you notice as you look across, what's your night vision like?
I don't have it.
Okay, in the moments that you're sitting listening, and you have no night vision.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Damn.
Okay. Because the conversation between what is the passive perception like on Cyrus and Pike? Now, night vision's going to probably help you, Pike, but passive
I'm
perception
flat
on Cyrus.
18s on all passive stuff, my friend.
Oh, my passive's probably shit. I think it's like 14. It might be lower.
Right. Pike is definitely going to see it because he's facing to the side. He's looking. He's also got the night vision. Tiberius might, as his eyes adjust, as you are having this conversation, and Tiberius from the left, you're coming into kind of consciousness and catching some of it. Tarek is slowly moving. His hand is trembling, and the talons are outstretched and forward, and he's quivering as he's approaching. And he's mumbling maggots and fetid meat and death and everything, and he's reaching as if he's going for it, and it looks like he's trying to fight against this urge to reach out and grab it, and his eyes are wild. Okay, what are you doing?
I don't see this.
Pike will be the first to see this. His hand is out like this, like he's fighting the urge to reach and grab for it.
I'm just gonna clap my hands and click at him Tarek, wait, what are you doing?
Okay, give me a second. We'll try.
Is he
again.
getting closer to it, or is he just sitting in his bed?
It's almost like he's fighting the urge to reach out. He's fighting the urge to stand up. His eyes are wild, and he's muttering about maggots, fetid meat, rotten flesh. It's mumbling about obscure, vile references. Okay, and I will tell you how he reacts when you say that. Oh God, natural one. He lunges for it. He literally just lunges for it. Okay. What are you doing?
I lunge for him.
You want to lunge for him? Okay. Give me a me a dexterity.
Mark,
Right.
don't make us kill his character when he's not even here. He's not here. Don't make us kill his character.
Give me an athletics check, Tiberius.
Athletics.
Give me an athletics check.
11.
Okay, you will not get to him before he comes past Cyrus. So Cyrus, it's all down to you at this stage. He's coming past you quickly, like he's going to grab it. Okay, Tiberius, you're not able to get up and out your bed. You see him coming, but you're not able to get to him quick enough. What are you doing?
Oh my god. I'm gonna try to just slam into him and knock him down.
It's a strength check now. It's your impact of you hitting him as he's
Yeah.
on the side. So give a
Minus
strength
Where's the
check.
fucking monk when we need him?
So just pick
strength
up the
check.
chair and just toss it at him.
Ow. My strength is -1. I'm a very dexterous guy. Can I try to like
He-
finesse grab him or something using dexterity?
You can go for an dexterity if you want to try and see if you can react to that close range. I can tell you, at the moment, he has a +5 to his strength, but he got rolled really low, so he came with a 9. So it's either a dex or a strength. You're either going to try and hold him or just
I'm
push
gonna
him
do a
and move
dex
him.
and try to. I'm gonna do a dex.
You're
Oh,
trying
God.
to aim to push him from his direction that he is going for that amulet with force. How did you do?
It was a natural 1.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Right,
Jesus.
you're not able to stop him. He puts his talons around the rapier. Okay, he's going to take damage as he grasps that rapier, and he's screaming, he's cawing at the top of his voice. Luminara, Osro, and Arwen and Magnus, you will hear this commotion all of a sudden erupt into the room opposite. It is Torek screaming about just inconceivable horrors. Okay, his eyes are wide. He's got his hands around this rapier and he's trying, as you're holding it, Pike, to pull it off. Okay?
I ain't
He's
holding
going
it.
to take damage. What are you doing then?
Wait, he's got it, hasn't he?
He's got
I'm like,
he's
fuck
put
it.
his hands. He's put his hands around your rapier. He's the blade of your rapier. He's holding it. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not
Kick-
holding
kick him.
the amulet anymore. I let it
Oh,
go
you
onto
put
the
it-
table, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Okay, he's got his hands onto the table and he's clawing for it. He's between the three of you, clawing for it. Okay, it's a 3-person decision. What are you doing in that instant? Okay, without thinking, what are you doing?
Where,
It's
whereabouts?
Pick up
Can you
the chair
can you
and
move
hit
his token so I know roughly about where he is?
okay. He is on the table. He's almost up to
Where
the
it is?
table.
Because it's the amulet would be like
Into
around
your-
here.
Yeah, you're here. You're kind of here. You're all around. He's literally clawing between you. It's 3 of you and him getting at the table. It's just
Can I
that
ask a
I'll do it
stupid
at the-
question?
you can.
You know the amulet. You know the necklace part of the amulet. Is it like chain
Yes.
linked or is it one whole piece?
Chain linked.
Can I
Chain
try
linked.
and attack the amulet so I can shove like my rapier through the fucking hole into the
Shh,
table?
Put it down.
Yeah.
Give me. So basically, you're targeting the area in between the links. So you put it blade and stop him from pulling it. It'll pull into your
Yeah.
sword. Basically, give me a dexterity. Yes, give me a dexterity saving throw for you to be able to just go tsh and put the.
Could I do it as a sleight of hand?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can do it as a sleight of hand.
Oh, thanks,
Yes, you-
fuck. Let's go.
Please save him.
Not fucking 20. Oh. I ran around my front room.
Okay. All right. Literally, you've put the sword down. You've gone bang. As Tiberius has tried to get to him, Cyrus has tried to shove him. You have pulled your rapier and just gone bang through the table. He's pulled on it. He's trying desperately to pull on it, and his eyes come at you wild. And he starts calling, "You're nothing but death and fetid meat and maggots." He's literally like.
I
you've
want to
never seen
fucking
him
bonus action punch him.
before. Bonus action hit him. Okay.
Are
Punch him square in the fucking jaw.
Roll for it. Okay.
How long has
Don't
this
feel
been
I'm
going
gonna
on?
hit this.
Sorry, Timber.
It's happening over the course of like seconds, but enough time if you're quick,
Oh,
you can
okay.
get across and if you want to.
Well,
I got an 11.
Okay, so 11 to hit.
Yeah, no, I missed that. I know what his AC
He's-
is.
he just moves out the way of it, and it just literally the beak
Oh.
comes open.
May I?
Ozro, yeah. Ozro can
So
come
I would
flying
be
in, yeah.
on the way.
And
Like,
Magnus.
hearing a commotion.
Ozro and Magnus literally flying out of their rooms, seeing each other on either side of the corridor, run for the doorway, and almost giving. I don't know who gets them in there first, but
Ozro
you two
be
come
first.
in, and you
Ozro be
see.
first.
You see Oz, so you just follow in. You're literally a millisecond behind him. You see these three, and literally, Pike has the sword down through the amulet like this, and Tiberius and Cyrus are almost there, just and his eyes just flick to you like this, and they go wild, basically, and it almost spits the words. I say more death. Okay.
He's obviously okay. Looking at his eyes, I know something's wrong.
Well,
So I'm gonna
you
bolt.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually real close to him. Sorry, I'm just looking at the map. Yeah, I'll bolt over and grapple.
Can
Okay.
we do it together? So we sort of give one of us give an advantage to the other, or as if we both sort of clothesline him off the table?
Yeah, I mean, if Ozro wants to roll his attack with advantage because you're trying to assist him with this,
I'm helping
you're
him,
trying to
yeah.
distract him as Ozro, you're wrapping your arms around him to hold him. Okay, go for a grapple on Torek. I hope he's watching this because he's going to be like, "I hate you, Timber, so much."
Just so I don't have to override my stat, I'll pop my arms out as a bonus action real quick.
Okay.
Jeez, these rolls, man, not good. 11.
Literally
Are you doing it with
At
advantage?
the moment,
Also?
Yeah, 11 was the highest.
Oh my god.
he's thrashing his arms up. He's always
3 and a
grabbing hold of
2.
you.
Can I
You're
jump
lucky he's
over the
got talent.
table?
Pile onto him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mass
Is that what
pylon.
you're trying to do? Pile on. Okay. This is what it's at this point. This is what it's looking like, and I don't know what the rest of you are doing. Luminar and Arwen, you've heard this commotion. What are you doing?
Right, so can I run in?
You're coming in as well, so you've got a bit further to go because your room is further away. So you run and you get to the doorway and see the guys are basically piling onto him. Luminara, what are you doing?
God,
She might be just. Oh, there you go. Yeah,
Am I here? I don't know. Where am I?
yeah. I can move it. Your room, literally, your room is adjacent to theirs. So you've got
Okay.
these rooms here. In fact, apologies, I should really give you visibility of your rooms that you've got in the place. You have rooms here. Okay.
Okay.
Timber.
2 seconds. Let me just give Luminara.
Yeah.
Do you see Arwen running for the doorway, and as she opens the door, you see Tiberius dive over the table, and there is a clear commotion taking place inside.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be really nosy and be like, "Oh, we gotta fight!" and just like run over there.
Okay. As you are going up that corridor, okay, from this distance, you start to feel a very familiar, very sickly feeling in your stomach. It's cold, like a cold, deathly caress. And you hear a voice.
Oh.
It comes across clear as day, as if it was in both your ears, loud. And it says, "If I don't get him, I will get you."
Oh my god.
Okay. So,
Okay,
as you're standing, okay,
do I stop in my steps, like, or do I feel sick
do
that
you
I
stop?
can't even keep like walking?
no, you can still move, you can still do it, but the voice is like it's in your brain. Okay.
Okay. I guess I'll just
Had
be
this
like,
happened once before.
yeah, I remember. I'm gonna run up to Arwen and just like grab her on the shoulders and be like, something's not right. I don't feel like I've felt this before. Like something's not right. And just kind of freak out. Like I'm not even gonna have the words to like explain to
kind
you.
of look at her and go, "What do we do?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's our friend."
The guys are thrashing around with him. He's literally, his claws are coming out. He's desperate, beyond desperate to get hold of this thing. Okay, it's fallen off the table. The table has fallen with the amulet sliding down to you, and he's on the other side of it. Tiberius has gone up and over the table. Osro and Magnus are holding his arms and desperately trying to, but he's breaking free and grabbing at it like he's trying to get up. Okay, so guys, in this moment, Eve, what are you doing? Are you piling on? What are you doing?
Wouldn't me jumping over the table and piling onto them knock him over?
He's already over. He's down.
I'll
Osro
stunning
and,
strike him.
Oh! Can I use my vote to tie him up then?
You might well be able to.
Immovable rod.
Yeah,
Immovable rod. Immovable rod him.
Okay.
Immovable rod him.
So
I thought
Osro,
about it.
Osro, go for the stunning strike first. Okay.
Fucking immovable
Yeah,
rod
one
him.
sec.
Hang him up like a fucking scarecrow.
Okay. That's definitely going to hit. 100% going to hit.
Was that a nat 20?
That was a 19.
So as you're holding his arm and he's thrashing away from you, you just basically ball your fist and come over onto him. And as his face comes up, you just go and just hit it, and he just goes down like that. Out. Okay. Out. At which point, rope and immovable rods can come out if you want.
Cuff him. I'm gonna cuff him.
Oh, good shout.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you got handcuffs,
Okay.
didn't you?
Can I tie him to the thingy and then suspend him in the midair?
Lag.
We're gonna end up having to tie him to the wagon, but yeah, for now, cuff him.
Or
And do
Legs.
cuff and immovable rod. Do the immovable rod as well, because then he can't move at all.
Yeah, I'll put the immovable rod through the cuffs so it's stationary.
Okay. So in this time that you have these moments, you are able to pile on the immovable rod, cuffs, and he is lying there just on the ground. Doesn't seem to be. His breathing is kind of shallow. He's just up and down, extending up and down. Okay. And this is obviously woken all of you. You're now looking around at each other in the room. Okay, taking this in, and lying there on the floor closest to your left foot, Pike, right in the visibility between you, Arwen, and you, Luminara. The amulet is just sitting there on the floor, doing nothing.
I'm going to be like, we need to destroy this.
Yeah, who the fuck brought that in here then?
Yeah, I don't know why you guys didn't like my idea of burying it in the snow.
I don't know who brought that in here.
Insight check on Pike.
Oh, DM.
I'm not going
Yes.
anywhere near that thing, though. You guys can destroy it. I'm never touching that thing again.
Do you have DM questions, Cyrus?
Yeah, can I put my hand near Torik's forehead and feel for an undead presence?
You can.
Does it feel more than his? Does it feel more than his Fey presence I normally get from him?
It is as if, as he lies there and you place your hand onto his forehead, it can only be described as burning without the pain. That the undead presence is there, but as those moments pass, those crucial moments pass, you feel it like something draining, and you almost can follow it down his body. Okay, and your hand moving, like not touching him, but moving down his body. You can track that presence moving down through his feet, through the floor, and you almost are holding your hand out and looking as if you were moving your hand up to the doorway, to Luminara and to Arwen, and you just feel it strongest there. And then as you turn and look at him, you feel nothing but the Fey presence. With that moment, a deep breath, and his eyes open, and they are full of water, and they are full of pain, and wherever he was, it is fear that you see in his eyes in that moment. Okay?
Torik, buddy, are you okay?
He just kind of looks up to the sky just above. He's looking up at the ceiling. He goes, I don't know how much more of this I can do. I don't know how much more of this I can take.
Just obviously straight in front of him now, he's conscious and completely ignoring the fact that he's talking. I'll look around at the rest and go, here, Do we need to keep him away from this thing? Are we keeping him tied up? Now seems all right, or do you want me to cart him back down to the cart?
I think we should keep him tied up for a little bit.
Yeah, I'll take the immovable rock back, but leave the cuffs on.
Righto.
Okay.
Poor guy's there, conscious, I guess, listening to us saying we're going to leave him tied up. Okay.
And as you lift the rod, and as you kind of move around, and he kind of looks to you, Osro, and kind of feels, and he moves the shackles. And he says, "Don't take those off me. Don't take those off me." Okay.
We'll be all right, Featherkin.
And he kind of just moves his head to the side. He's just sitting there, and he just seems to be looking at the floor.
Can I pick him up and chuck him back on the bed just for a second while we decide what the hell we're going to do with this thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're able to take him and place him onto his bed
I'll sort of lift
with
him up.
no resistance from him whatsoever.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, get comfy. There you go. And then I'll sort of turn around to the rest of the group. Because I don't think, sorry, just an out of character question, I don't think I've seen the actual amulet yet, because it's when I met up with everyone, it was still already on the fox.
Oh, true.
So
It's been it's not been really discussed. All that you've had a vague kind of comment about Horrick's ailment.
Yeah.
There's been no real discussion about this. This would be the first that you've seen anything like this.
So I'd just walk over and sort of stand in between the rest of the group, sort of staring down at it. Is this that amulet thing, is it? Is this what all the kerfuffle's been about?
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that if I was you.
This what your fox was carrying all that time, was it?
Yeah, my fox is carrying it for quite some time now, luckily. But at one point, Tarek took a shine into the amulet before we knew what it could do. And
bloody seems so, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think you can see the result of it, of what happened to that.
Crikey. Where's may I ask, where's your fox now then? Can he not just take it? Where's he?
I have no idea. Me and Cyrus had a bit of an experience last night.
Experience?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I died.
I know you were sharing a room and all that, but bloody hell. Usually it costs a bit for an experience like that, but what was the experience then?
Well, I'm pretty sure I died.
You died? Are you pissed?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure someone ripped my heart out, and then brought me back to life.
Oh. Who was that then? Should we go find him?
Osro's shuffling through his jacket looking for his mushrooms, make sure he still has them.
What did you drink?
I love it.
Did you bring plenty of fire whiskey or what?
I haven't. I don't think I've touched any alcohol once since we've been grouping up together.
You had one shandy and gone all over the place. What killed you? You saw what killed you or not?
Yes. I mean, I basically last night I went out. I was outside doing some roguey stuff.
That's
not
shifty.
Stealing, but
right, okay.
I wasn't stealing nothing. It's fine. I was practicing some roguey stuff, brushing up on some skills. I've been a wizard for a while, and I didn't want to lose my touch, you know.
Yeah.
I got teleported or put to sleep. I don't know, but I was in some sort of weird grove.
Weird.
Yeah, and then I mean, I'm like 99% sure that a god turned up.
Right. A god?
God didn't just turn up.
Yeah.
Well, this god killed you.
Cyrus was there.
No shit.
It offered me a deal. I may or may have not taken it. And it resulted in me dying.
Hang on, whoa. One step back. You may or may not have taken a deal. Do you know if you've taken a deal? Or did you have a choice in this deal?
Have you ever died, man? Stuff gets hazy.
Well,
right?
No. I've I had frostbite, but I've never died.
I've died before. I'll put my hand up.
You've died? Okay, now.
Not a long story over a beer.
Ah, that sounds good. Who else has died round here? Because this is some fucked up Illustrious 8, if I must say so.
Horik, as he kind of, as you say this, he kind of lifts his head up and says, he puts 3 talons up and says, almost 3 times.
Almost, but Pike and
Puts his head down
Cyrus,
again.
you've actually died.
Yeah, it was a while ago. One of my first contracts.
Oh my god. Okay.
I mean,
so,
I'm pretty sure I died. Someone put their hand through my chest.
well, do you feel different?
Yes. I don't feel the same. Like I tried to cast a few spells earlier to bring this amulet up here. Like Find Familiar, don't work. Mage Hand, don't work.
Oh no. Fucked it. You lost all your spidey sense, have you? Bloody hell.
So, yeah, something's different, but I'm not 100% sure what yet.
So, what are we going to do with this thing then? And I'll point.
I mean, that's
obviously
what. I mean, that's why I brought it up here to try and find out.
Stupid place to bring it up here. You should have launched it down the canyon.
I couldn't leave it in the street, man, and some random villager pick it up, and then 3 manticores and a giant resurrect.
Well, just shove it under the bed and leave it here. You can piss off down to Dumont. Or hunting or wherever we're going.
Dude, you didn't see what happened the last time someone picked up this amulet and wore it.
Can we not take it to the Elders or to Emerald City? Where are we going?
How are we going to carry it though?
Emerald Glass Order.
Nobody wants to touch this
The
thing.
Glass Order, that's the one, not Emerald City.
wrong movie.
Wrong film.
Go see the Wizard. Wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Well, we had some luck carrying it in a chest before the Find Familiar idea came about,
We
but
just got to keep that map.
it's keeping an eye on it because Tarek got some itchy feathers the last time and it went walkies.
Oh shit.
Well, I suppose we could build some sort of suspension and sort of attach him to it in one cart and have the thing in the other cart.
Well, I could stay in the cart with Torek. I'll flipping
I know, but I think we all
make
need
sure
to
he
be careful around it because I'm pretty sure when I picked it up with my rapier, I heard a noise.
You heard a noise?
I don't know if it was the wind or if it was just the voice on the wind, but it just seemed too good of a coincidence for it not to be involved in the amulet.
DM, is it doing anything?
I don't
we're
think
talking? Is it glowing? Is
At
it
the moment,
moving? Is it spinning? Smoking? Smelling something funny? No. Okay.
It looks invitingly harmless.
Okay.
That's the key word. It looks invitingly harmless.
So Pike, does this, or anyone really, does it come in waves, or is it constant if you're wearing it?
From what we've seen so far, if someone directly wears it,
oh shit,
they get taken over, and then anything dead within I'm not sure on the distance, but in the near area gets turned to undead. They come back to life.
Oh shit. I really want
So
this
what
silver.
causing shit outside?
That's if they directly wear it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Torik's had his head down for a lot of this conversation, and he kind of, through a very strained, kind of raspy voice, says, "It starts small to begin with. It begins to whisper, and the more you engage him, the more he gets his claws into you, the harder it gets to keep the voices out. And then it's not the voices. It's like you just go somewhere. Wherever you are, you're just not there." He's got his fingers into my brain. It needs to go, and keep me away from it, please.
Sorry, he has got his fingers into your brain?
It. whatever it is.
Is it? Can you describe it? Is it the same thing as what Pike's seen in his weird dream?
And he kind of looks up to you, Cyrus, and to you, Pike. And he just this very just weary knowing. He says, "You've seen it now, haven't you? You've seen him. I felt it.
I mean,
you've seen him.
We saw something. It whatever it was hadn't fully formed from what we saw. There was something could definitely was coming out of the necklace.
Yeah, can I say some?
That's when the other the other being there.
So I kind of want to so I don't want to engage with it, you guys, but in the hallway, I was hearing voices and I felt really dizzy. He said that if he couldn't get to you, he was gonna get to me, and I felt really sick. So I don't want to be anywhere near it either.
You've been on the fire whiskey as well, then? Bloody hell! What are we gonna do with this thing? Can I just like a nonchalant, because I semi-believe everyone, but obviously I haven't experienced anything, so I sort of poke it with the end of my axe, and obviously my axe is quite large. It's longer than a rapier.
The only thing as you put your axe down to kind of poke towards it, you'll start to feel something, a small sickly pit of the stomach feeling. It was a weird sensation, as if you've just had something. You've eaten some maybe meat that was a few days too old, and you start to feel the early stages of that's gonna be. It comes on quick, and it's sickly.
Okay, right. I don't know if that was the dodgy mackerel or if that was the amulet, but yeah, I guess it's not something nice. Where's that chest? Are we stick it in this chest for now, or? I guess we can't stand around here all day. Who's got the chest?
Yeah, guys, if I've been gassy, it's the amulet.
Oh, wow.
Arwen and when we're sleeping, it's the amulet.
What do you magic folk must have a something funny to put it in, innit?
We used to carry it in my lockbox.
You still got it?
Shuffle through my bag and pull it out.
Yeah, I'll just stick it in there for now, innit? Unless anyone got a better idea.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the only idea we got.
Let's do that then.
The mage hand used to put it in and out of the lockbox, but now you can't cast that either, can you?
No, I can't. No.
He's already touched it with his rapier. We might as well do it again.
Can you use any of your magic? Tried other spells?
No, they're the only two spells I tried. I didn't really have a lot of magic anyway. Nothing else that would help us in this situation.
Quick question.
Can I still what, sorry?
Oh, go on.
Can you still tap into your blade song? I just mean in general. Have you lost your magic altogether?
Pike.
I mean,
obviously, this is the point where obviously you've seen. I've done the work for you. You're aware. So it's up to you how much you say, but you know to the extent that you have now changed. So at this stage, you know what's lost and what's gained. Okay.
Other than looking very tired, do we notice any physical change of Pike? In
Pike, no. He doesn't look as rested as he usually was, even for an elf. That's he looks like he's probably the first time you've seen him looking uncharacteristically weary.
Okay.
So whatever experience he's had, it's not left him feeling rested. Not exhausted, but just not as he would usually be.
But physically, his eyes haven't changed colour, or is not an obvious, other than looking hanging. He's not looking.
Give me an insight check, Magnus. Give me an insight check.
Oh.
Yeah, check me.
11.
No. Doesn't look physically changed at all.
Pike literally died in front of me and got resurrected. Does he give off an undead sense?
Good question. A good question. You, for a brief moment, you would almost feel that sense of it, but no. Whatever happened to him was so quick, so on such an atomic level that you couldn't even really call it die. He was just rearranged. That's the only way you can describe it. It was on a power that is unfathomable. So that for him, it would have feeling like dying because it would have literally been something so beyond anything he would have ever experienced before. It would have felt like dying, but he didn't die. For the best of, from what well, you certainly don't feel an undead presence.
Quick question, everyone. Are we supposed to do anything with it? Did any of your weird dream presence things tell you we got to do anything with it? Or are we just going to sell it at the end?
Oric just kind of from a raspy, whispered voice says, "We have to destroy it.
Destroy it?
It has to be destroyed."
Oh, I can destroy things, can't I? Flippin' heck. Well, stand back then. So I'm just going to take a stupid, dumb swing at it and see what happens.
Okay, this is going to seem so reminiscent. Go on, swing away.
Oh,
Swing
no.
away, Meryl. This is going to seem so reminiscent of a certain scene in a certain film. Swing away. Is everybody staying still or moving back or what?
Is this thing going to light up with funny
Oh, I'm
elf
back
writing round the side or something?
Swing away.
What am I doing? Just a straight swing, or?
Roll to hit it, yeah. Roll to hit it.
Roger.
I'm gonna watch Torhick while he does this.
Okay, Ozra moves towards Tarek as if he's going to
18
watch
to
him.
hit.
Right, what? Okay, that's what we've got. Pause it there for a second. What is everybody doing at this very moment?
Staring at Torhick.
Where is everybody?
I am backing
Staring.
very far up.
Osiris moves back towards the bed. Anybody else? Magnus it's like here, he's going to be hitting it. Luminara, Arwen, Pike, Tiberius, what are you doing?
Right, so that then.
Magnus is about
I'm
to
just going to take a
heavy
seat on the
swing.
chest.
Just going to take a seat on the chest there and watch it. Arwen and Luminara, you're right next to the amulet on the floor, and Magnus pulls his great axe round, brings it atop his head, and is bringing it down hard onto the amulet to destroy it. What are you doing?
I'm standing across the room away from it. I don't want it to fly at me.
You can probably get like
I'm gonna
maybe
step
across this
around
bed,
behind the corner.
Okay.
out just in the door. Alvin, as you step out, you notice people have been woken by the commotion, are standing in the corridor, almost peeking around, watching. They look like residents of the tavern, basically, are just watching around the corner. Magnus, as you bring this thing down,
and go, just a bit of a drunken bust-up. It's all right. It's all good.
they're just kind of like nervously kind of like looking at you, but they kind of nod and one on the one side starts to take their partner and move them back into the room. On the other
Shit, there's
side,
other
they start-
residents. I didn't realise there was other.
other people. There are other people on this floor, yeah. Okay, as you bring it round and you swing it, you're bringing this thing down heavy. It thuds into the floor and it hits it hard. You hit the amulet dead on, and all it does is ting and bounce it over. And in that moment, Osro, you see Torek just kind of his head just kind of like jolts, and he just looks with anger for a second, and then it just goes. But in your head, Magnus, you hear a very distinctive, from quietness to that just kind of like trails off to nothing. It's like okay.
I'll sort of look around. Is it to see if anyone's actually laughing or not? Because I'm very here and now. Don't believe in any witch spells or whatever. So I'm like looking around.
Yeah.
I'm assuming no one's actually laughing.
I'll put.
Torek.
I was just going to say I'll put my hand on Torik's chest and put my hand up to Cyrus and say stop, or not Cyrus, Magnus. Stop.
What? I thought we had to destroy it.
And it's Torek that kind of looks at you and just says, "It's going to take more than we have to destroy that."
Shit. Okay. And I'll sort of look a little bit worried now because of a weird laugh, sort of an evil, I guess it was, whispery, fadey laugh. and realise that it is actually magical, and it's probably not going to do it with a big great axe. Okay. Right then. So, anyone got any other plans to destroy this thing? Because I guess it ain't going to work just smashing it.
I think we need something divine.
Well, it sounds or looks and hears like it. Do we know of any superpower divine thing that we could take it to?
Pike, how close are you with Our Lady that we just talked to last night?
I mean, 2 peas in a pod. But I don't have a way to communicate to her.
Well, where is she? Do you know? Has she got a shrine
Maybe
or
you
something?
do, Cyrus. You're pretty close to her.
I wouldn't say I'm close to her. I've had a near-death experience, and I felt her presence my whole life, but I've never talked to her or even seen her before last night.
I mean, from
Sorry,
what
go
I
ahead.
understand from what happened last night, you have a very deep bond with her.
Sort of looking very strangely at Cyrus now. Like,
What kind of deep bond?
The only thing I know, and it's what I've been saying since Glacier City, it's not a guarantee, but this Paladin Order may or may not be south.
Well, do
When
we?
he says that, I'll look up at him. The Paladins.
Is that your order, Osro? The one that you were talking about yesterday?
I'm shaking my head. No.
Oh, different order. Oh shit! Is it Dexamo? Can he help us? If he's around.
I wish I could find him. Possibly.
Oh,
Luminara, you're a cleric. Do you have ties to a god that gives you your healing powers? Can your god help us?
No, the god I work with is actually a tricky god. She's not actually someone who. I mean, she does, but I mean, I don't know.
has
Give me
your
a
god
sec.
got a shrine then? This tricky god.
A shrine?
Well, I don't know. Unless you can travel to a spiritual world somewhere, I guess we got to find a real place to take it.
Hmm. And not that I know of, but maybe we could, like, call her up and ask her.
Wow, yeah, give her a bell, innit? Do you pray, Luminara? Do you like worship like on a night? Can you contact anyone?
Yeah. Well, usually we just kind of I want to kind of give the sense that I'm like I haven't been really good with like my faith or like keeping up with it.
Right.
It's like, yeah, like from time to time we talk, like, she likes when I do tricks and stuff, so, she'll give me a high five, but
Oh,
yeah.
shit. So you're not on the best of terms then all the time?
She's just really busy. I get busy.
Yeah,
We're
gods.
adventuring,
Gods are pretty busy, yeah.
Right.
Right, here, Cyrus, get your lockbox out. Let's throw it in there. And let's see if we can find... Is it a paladin order or what? Let's see if we can find that.
Alright, I'm going to pull out my matchbox tinderbox that holds a bunch of my supplies and pull that out, because we used to use that to hold it.
Here, Pike, you want to do it, or you got a pointy rapier thing?
Yeah, we'll get someone skilled to do it.
Well, I can
I'll
smash
use
things,
my,
and that didn't work. So yeah, you better be a bit gentle with it.
I'll use my rapier to try and pick it up and put it in the
Luminar, maybe you can guide him while he does that.
Timber box.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Casting guidance on him then as he
Feel the light.
Okay.
Flat hand, Marcus?
Yeah, go for a sleight of hand. Yeah. You start to feel that pit of the stomach feeling again, but no voices, no raspy, no whispers. You feel the faint essence of a presence. But okay, yeah, with these you're able to flick it
28.
up and move it. And as Cyrus has the extended box, place it down into it. And Cyrus, I take it you snap that lid down shut on that box.
No, I just leave it open and pick it up. Yeah, I
Just
do
leave it
shut
open.
it. No.
Yeah.
Look at Cyrus, the
for
funny
post-
fucker.
In that moment, as that lockbox comes snap down with almost like a bit of like a almost feels like an abruptness. It's the first time, including Torek, that kind of just his shoulders that have been very tense just kind of dropping a deep exhale. And it's the first time any of you that were in close proximity that were feeling that withered, joyless feeling, that sicky stomach feeling, feel it dissipate for a moment, for that moment. And around about that time, Arwen, closest to the door, you hear footsteps. You hear somebody moving along the corridor as those people have now dissipated back into their rooms, and you see a familiar sight come round the corner, and he pops his head in through the door. He pops his head around the door, sees you, just looks at you all for a bit, just this uncomfortable long pause, goes, "Is this some kind of fucking mother's meeting or something? Come on, that Drell and that Greta are outside. I thought we were going hunting today. What's going on? What have I missed?"
Just people don't know how to hold their alcohol around here. It's been a while.
You need to tell me there was a piss-up last night and you lot didn't fucking invite me. Well, that's gratitude, isn't it? That's really gratitude. Okay, all right.
Oh, one of us has to be sober for the hunt, right?
I suppose I've got to steer the wagons, so yeah, okay, fair enough. All right then, I'll take that one. Fuck you. And he steps into the room. He says, "But seriously, what's the matter with you all? You all look like you've seen another frost salamander or something."
That's all right, Dolph. Yeah,
Dolph. Master Torek has come down with a bit of an issue. We need to keep an eye on him at the moment.
I'm gonna start standing him up.
He's not paid me recently, so he's not looking like he's going to keel over anytime soon. He's in charge of paying me. And then he looks at you, Torek, and sees. He looks at Torek and basically goes, "Oh, okay. You don't seem to be in a jesting mood. What's the matter with him? What can I do?"
We just kind of need you to keep an eye on him, and let us know if he goes for Cyrus's timber box.
Right.
Anytime soon.
And he kind of moves across the room to put kind of a careful arm underneath Torek and says, "Come here, Master Torek. Come get a drink with me downstairs. Let's see if we can't get you feeling a little better, eh? Come on."
Has he noticed the cuffs?
He does, but he kind of looks down at them behind him and kind of looks at you and just kind of raises eyebrows and says, and starts walking him out. And Torek just very quietly and very meekly walks with him towards the door, and it just kind of gives you all a nod of thanks as he goes out with Dolph. And Dolph, as he kind of is leading with it, Torek goes back to the door. He kind of turns around, looks at you, goes, "It's never fucking boring with you lot, is it?" He says, "So come on, Torek, what are we drinking this morning?" And Torek just doesn't seem to be answering. Says, "All right, then I'll get us a drink. Then fine, I suppose I owe you one." And then takes him out down the stairs, and the two of them disappear around the corner to downstairs. Okay.
I'm gonna gather my belongings from my room.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, I'll grab the stuff. Right, I guess we'll meet downstairs in 2 minutes, yeah? As I'm sort of addressing the room, walking out, grabbing my stuff.
Timber, did I get a long rest before this happened, or no?
You did, yes. Yes, you had a very comfortable long rest. The only person who, I don't think it'll have any impact on you, it's not an exhaustion point, but the only person who isn't feeling particularly rested this morning from a narrative perspective is Pike. Which is unusual for Pike. You probably haven't felt this for some time. Okay?
Arwen.
So is everybody...
Yeah.
Before we go downstairs, I've got something for you.
Oh. Yes, my dear.
As I don't seem to be so inclined in the magical mystical arts anymore.
No.
I have this scroll of identify,
Ooh. What does
which,
that do?
wow, as a veteran spellcaster that you are, you would know that you could copy any scroll into your spellbook for 50 gold on a rest period, and then use it indefinitely.
No.
So do you want this scroll of identify?
Yes, please.
Awesome. Just remember, next time we rest, copy it into your spellbook. Alright?
How do I put that into my thing then?
You just add it as a spell, but you'd have to do it once we've finished a rest and you state that you want to do it. And you have to spend 50
we
gold
can-
to do it.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
tackle that one, but yeah, it'll cost a 50 gold. We can get you set up with that, ready for when you need it.
Are you sure? So I can get.
Yeah. As a wizard, because you have a spell book, you can copy any sort of scrolls or spells out of someone else's spell book into your own book, but you have to do it at a cost. 50 gold, unless, depending on what subclass you pick, it lowers the cost of certain spell types. It's like 25 gold, I think.
Nice. Thank you.
So what Identify does, it lets you identify magic items, so you know what they do.
Ah.
Quite useful, which is why I brought a spell for it, spell scroll. And I was going to copy it into my own spell book, but I can't now. But you can.
Okay.
So, obviously, Magnus would have gathered his things and headed downstairs.
Okay. Okay, is everybody collectively picking their stuff up?
Yeah, I'm going to move John downstairs now. I've handed that scroll across.
Okay, righty ho then. So, Magnus and Pike, is everybody just collectively heading down then all together, are they?
Yes.
I think so.
Yep.
Okay then, uno momento. As you all just head on out of your rooms, into the corridor, down the stairs, and the morning is now, a little bit of time's now passed where you've been discussing this. You're starting to see dawn is really coming over the, well, it is dawn now. You are in morning time. And downstairs you find, I'll be with you momentarily, as you all come downstairs, you find Dolph has propped Torek up on the bar, and Bryce is there, kind of cleaning a glass in that typical quintessential barman tavern owner fashion. And Torek is kind of with his manacles, is kind of just eating stew. And Dolph kind of has a hand on his shoulder and says, "I primed Bryce to get you guys some of the same. It looks reasonably good to eat." And Bryce chips in and says, "It's bloody good to eat, you cheeky bastard." He said, "I made that fresh. That's really good stuff, that is." And Dolph's head comes back over and his eyebrows raised and says, "It's not too bad." And he's tapping Torek on the back. So Bryce comes over and he says, "Good morning. Can I get you drinks or anything to eat? Or are you heading straight out with Greta and Drell to go hunting?"
I'll grab a bowl.
I want to grab something to eat. I'm starving.
Okay. So as you start lining up the bar then, he comes over with bowls of what appears to be a broth, like a soup with fresh bread. And he's offering those plates and bowls down the bar area. So that is there available for anybody who wants to break their fast free of charge
Dibs.
on the tavern this morning. Dibs.
Yep, I'll start eating pretty quickly.
Okay. Righty ho. Okay then, fine. I'm lining you all up. So, and he kind of goes back to clean his cup after he's made sure you've all got something to eat. It says, Yeah, last time I saw Greta and Drell, they were outside. They said they were waiting for you. Is it you still going hunting with them today?
Yeah, I think so. They said they were heading east, didn't they?
I think so. Last they checked, yeah, they came in early this morning. Yeah, so they were going to go and check some traps and head eastward towards the southern road.
Oh, they've already gone, or?
No, they're still around. I think they're getting a little bit impatient, though. I think they're intending to go a little earlier than this, but they're still around.
Yeah, we had a team meeting, shall we say? So yeah, we'll catch them in a sec. I'll sort of hurriedly scoff. What was it? Porridge we had.
It's like a broth. It's like a chicken broth.
Oh, even better.
First?
Nice.
Yeah.
Got any rations you could spare my way while I'm out hunting?
I've got
It says,
rations.
it's up to you. You can either take some of Arwen's, or you can partake in what he says. I got some dried meats, some cured meats. If you want some.
Yeah, I'll have a little bit of that, mate. Yeah.
He says, yeah. He says, anybody else at all?
I better take a couple. This cheese is running out, so I better. This mammoth cheese. I know. I look at Arwen. I said, I know you got a lot, Arwen, but we got some hungry bellies, and I eat a fair bit, so I better take. Is it six rations, 5 or 6 rations, all right, Bryce? I don't know what you got there.
He turns around and he starts basically sorting through a lot of just like a dried, gamey meat, which is a beef, basically a dried meat, and he says, I've got about 10 portions here, I'd say. So he goes and he passes them across. He says, divvy them up amongst yourselves.
Ah, sound. Well done, Bryce. And I'll just sort of grab 2, if that's all right.
Yeah, no worries. Anybody else want to take those and add those? You've got 10 minus the 2 that he's just taken.
I'm good. I have tons.
Oh,
I'm good.
Yeah, I've been
Okay.
out on you guys. I'll let you do that.
so who needs some? And I'll sort of just pick up all 10 and I'll sort of start handing them out like, the stag do organizer at an airport handing out all the passports and boarding passes. Like, Torek. Oh no, Torek's. Is he there? Torek, are you allowed one? Or are you going to kick right off again? Is Torek? I don't know what he's got, but I'll throw in his way.
He's just kind of eating his soup. He says, if you can spare it, thank you. And he takes it with his manacled hands and just kind of slips it into his pocket.
Pike, how many do you need?
Thank you, Mac.
Oh, I'll take like 4.
4. There you go. Got 5 left. Arwen, you good?
I'm good.
Luminara? Do you need any rations? Cool. I'll keep hold of them for you. No problem.
Might be away from Mike, possibly.
Tiberius, he might have already passed out, but do you need any rations?
Tiberius says,
Yeah.
I'll take one if there's one going as well then.
Righto. So he can have one. I'll keep all the Luminaras. Cyrus, did you want some?
Oh, I got plenty. I bought a bunch.
Ah, sound. Righto.
I'll
And
let
I'll
you guys
stick
keep 'em.
I'll stick the other 4 in my sack.
Fantastic. Okay. So with that is the general plan to finish up your food and then head out to try and catch the 2 that are heading east.
Yes.
Yep. Go to my horse and hop on it.
As we leave the tavern, I'll sort of grab. Sorry, as I leave the tavern, I'll say, Bryce, one for the road, yeah. Grab a tankard and chug
You're
it.
a man. Dwarf after my own heart. You want some of the usual brood here?
Oh, yeah, go on,
You
Bryce.
must- I said, all right then. He said, go on. Last one I'll pour for you for the road. Are you heading out today then? You're coming back this evening? Do I need to get another keg out of the...
Well, you better get one out just in case, but we'll see where it takes us. We'll see where the road takes us.
All right. And he says, well, go on then. Yeah, I'll get that down you then. First one, start the day properly. And he slaps this big, hefty tankard on the bar for you. Frothy, amber, beautiful.
That's going down like a lovely nectar as I follow the rest out into the meet the.
Dolph with a quickened pace with you, Osro, says, "Go on." He says, "We better get the." He says, "Hey, are we going on foot? Or are we taking all our lot? Are we taking Ambrosia and Betty and Penny out on the wagons with us? Do I need to go and prep them?"
I assume we're departing for good, but might as well prep them.
All right, I'll go and get them ready then. All right then, you can take me 15, 20 minutes or something, so I'll get ahead and I'll get on with that then. So that he heads outside towards the wagons. Okay, and the rest of
I'm
you
gonna follow him because I'm gonna grab my
Okay,
horse and ride it through town.
Okay, so you're going to head out with Dolph towards the stables, which is the bottom right of the village. Okay,
Yeah.
What's everybody else doing?
Can I? Is it Helga? Was it? I think it was her name, wasn't it?
Greta?
Greta, sorry,
Greta,
Greta. Yeah. Is Greta around? Is she sort of kicking her heels, waiting for us?
If you bear with me una momento, I will take you outside and show you. There's just a little bit of manoeuvring taking place in the background.
No, it's okay. I just while you're doing that, Space, that's very generous of you. Thank you. He just donated a load of subs, by the way. So, fair play, Space.
Thank you very much.
You know.
Thank you very much, mate. Bless you. Thank you, mate. Load Twitch subs. Load Twitch subs by the sound of it.
Yeah.
So, okay, right. So, bless you, Stace. Thank you very much, mate. Okay, so, right, as you collectively all head outside, Dolph and Osro have headed off ahead, and you, the first two out, you will see a small conversation taking place in the street. Osro, as you walk out, you will see that Brynwold is outside the front of his house talking to Greta and Drell. Okay, and the rest of you collectively go with Torek, who is kind of just keeping an eye on Torek at this point. He's manacled and he's kind of going willingly. Is anybody accompanying him?
Or... going to be watching what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, I did kind of assign Dolph to that role.
Yeah, Dolph's gone off to take care of your wagons and your horses and things
I
like
know,
that.
and he is going to get deducted some pay from that, to be honest. Shirking his responsibilities. Not looking after his master. Yeah.
He's just walked off basically and left it with you. Okay. Who's holding the box? Is that you, Cyrus?
She's holding the box.
No, yes. I put it in the box, but we never really said who held it.
I'll keep an eye on it.
I'll keep an eye on the wagon like we did last time.
You can when the wagon's available, but at the moment,
he goes in front.
He goes in front. Okay, got you. But
I can't watch him if he's behind me.
It's a very good point. Who is watching? Until the wagons are made available?
I guess I'm holding it.
All right. Okay. You step outside and you see Brynwold, Greta, and Drell are talking in the street, and Brynwold sees you coming out the tavern and gives you the nod and says, "Oh, please come over." And Greta and Drell turn and said, and Greta says, "Decided to sleep in a little bit this morning, did you?"
Well, yeah, we had a bit of a do, and a bit of a celebratory drink after obviously dealing with the hill troll and whatnot and the manticores, and we might not be back, so we thought we'd have one last drink and see where the night took us, and it got a bit heavy, so we had a team meeting in the morning, and took a bit longer than expected, but we're all good.
And Drell kind of turns and shrugs and says, "I'd say they've earned it, and I didn't particularly mind the slight lie-in this morning." And Greta kind of just tuts at him and says, "You haven't got the stomach for this, I swear." And they turn back to Brynwold and says, "Good morning, Illustrious 8. I trust you slept well. Greta and Gerald tell me that they are heading east with you today, towards the southern road, and it might well be that you are departing from Aetherwind from us today.
When he says about how well we slept, I'll sort of look at Pike and look how absolutely hanging and terrible he looks. Go, yeah.
I'm gonna just.
Yeah, some of us got a decent night's sleep, but yeah, we might not be back as soon as we may fall. We don't know. We'll see where it takes us, you know. But no, I appreciate everything you've done for us, and yeah.
He interjects this place. It's what you've done for us. We have stores prepared if there is any food provisions, and if you are leaving us today, please come and speak to me before you go, so that we can discuss remunerations for your services. I've a small amount of coin that I'd like to give to you.
Well,
You got the plans made out for the monument and the cliff yet?
He smiles and he says, as soon as we can acquire a stonemason with enough skill, I'm sure we will be able to get to work on something that will be a permanent way of remembering that act that you did for us. It says, I will, as soon as the winter snows melt, I will send somebody to Ice Fjords to see if we can acquire a stonemason that will be up to the challenge.
He's determined. Pike wants his
Thank
face
you.
in a rock.
So,
Brimwald, I think we might be heading off in a minute. I think Greta wants to get going. I think she's pretty eager. But so you might want to, whatever you got, you might want to deal with now. And I'll sort of give Cyrus a nudge and say, did we want I'll lean across. Did we want a horse, an extra horse or something?
I kind of whisper back, yeah, maybe a horse or two. Maybe try to trade a small wagon for a larger one just to make our trip south quicker.
Yeah, we don't want to be too up front with it, but we got a wagon. I mean, one careful owner. We obviously there's a lot of us, Illustrious 8 and all that. Have you got? I noticed you got a couple of other wagons. Can we upgrade? Can we swap one of the wagons? I mean, and maybe take a couple of horses. Less horse mouths for you to feed through the winter.
And you could keep the gold. You don't even need the gold.
I mean, yeah, some of us need gold, Cyrus, but no, we keep the gold.
Yeah, well, you can keep my share. You can keep my share of the gold, Brenwell.
So, is that the position then? Because obviously that might impact on because there's a persuasion check with advantage coming, but the terms of what you've just discussed there would affect potentially the DC. So, is there a decision to ask for a large wagon and a horse or two or something in it?
So I think let's have it on the table now. Anyone can kick me out the backside and tell me if I'm getting it wrong, but maybe 2 horses and I'll trade our small wagon for a larger wagon, and you can keep the gold. We don't want any gold. And maybe Pike wants his statue, but that's later on. We can discuss that another time.
The monument was a predetermined reward.
True.
Doesn't get involved in this deal.
So, speak now, anybody. Forever hold your peace, and then I will ask for a persuasion check on that if that's what people want.
No, we've already talked about it.
Okay. Give me a persuade, either Cyrus and Magnus separately, or one of you give me a persuasion
Magnus,
check.
you got this with advantage. That's all you, buddy.
Luminara,
hang on.
Guidance.
What is that an extra what? Let's have a look. That's an extra D4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's a
You
10.
know what? I have something else I want to do after this too.
Oh, okay.
With
Hang on.
advantage, though, it's a good figure one.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying. That's an 18 with a D4. What? Roll.
Okay.
Hang on.
He.
That's a 19 in total.
Okay. he smiles and he nods and he says, you can see he's holding what seems to be a relatively modest to small pouch of gold, and he smiles and he hooks it back on his belt and he says, "I appreciate that, as will the people. I will be returning some of this money to a lot of our residents, and they will be most gracious, most thankful for this kind act. With respect of a wagon, most certainly, we do have one that I can source for you and will have prepared when you're ready to depart. With respect to horses, some of them are actually used for seasonal work, collecting harvests and so forth, and the work around the village. However, I can spare one of our draft horses to pull the wagon, which would be required for a wagon of that size. If you're happy to take a draft horse and a wagon with any provisions required.
I'm sort of looking around behind me at the rest of the group as I'm talking to Brimrold, and not very good at negotiating. Go, yeah, that'd be fine, Brimrold. Yeah, one horse is absolutely fine. Yeah, and keep the gold and buy Isabella something nice.
Isabella, thank you for her hospitality.
It is fortuitous that you have reminded me, actually, yes. And he steps back inside to the home for a moment, and he seems to be rummaging around for something, and he comes back out with a linen kind of it looks like a wooden plate, a wooden platter covered in some kind of linen and wrapped, and he passes it to you, Magnus, being the closest to him. All of yesterday, Isabella was baking and insisted that I make sure that you take these when you were prepared to go. They are her own, and I can say they are very good.
Wow, bloody hell! Thank you very much. I loves me, and I'm sort of. Is it solidly, like, tightly wrapped, or can I just lift off like the top?
As you kind of pull a corner, they appear to be what I could only describe as sweet rolls, the equivalent of sweet rolls. They seem to be some kind of doughy cake covered in icing, very similar to a sweet roll from a certain game that I'm sure a lot of us will be familiar with.
So my eyes sort of grow massive, and without even hesitation, and kind of forgetting where I am, and the fact that I'm stood in the middle of a sort of Aetherwind street, just pick one straight up and start eating it. Oh, bloody lovely that! And I'll sort of turn around to everyone.
Being right behind Cyrus, or right behind Magnus, I mean, I'm gonna be the next one to grab one after watching him just chow it down.
I'll turn around to the platter. Oh, bloody lovely! Sort of offer it round.
It's a honey. It looks like it's obviously been baked with honey for sweetening, but it's covered. It's very sweet, and it's very satisfying and very tasty. So, and he says, I will let her know that you are.
You know what this would go good with? Good berry ale.
And I'll say with a mouthful.
You need to give us this recipe.
Oh.
I can tell you that it is a family secret in Isabella's family, and I'm sure she would leave me if I was to part with it. So, but please enjoy these with her compliments.
Oh, thank you, Brimwell. Very kind of you, and thank Isabella as well.
Okay. So just so I can clarify, we are upscaling our cart for a wagon with a small cart has been
pimping my ride a minute. We're going bigger.
Has been upscaled for a second wagon.
Arwen bought the big. You bought a big cart already. So now we have 2 wagons.
Yeah.
We already had one small wagon.
Yeah, the small wagon we got all the way from Glacier City with Dolph.
Yeah.
Oh, so is that the thing is not to trade in the small cart?
Yeah, it's to trade the small one that we got from Glacier City and get a bigger one. So we have 2 large wagons now. So the idea is no one should be on foot, because now we have 2 large wagons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Poor old Ambrosio got a work car.
Now a trade caravan.
Pretty much. Pretty much. All right. Okay.
With a top. We need tops to those wagons.
There was some discussion about that. I'll remind you that there was some general discussion that you guys were looking for tarpaulin to go over the top.
It was agreed upon same time that the monument was, I believe.
There would be some.
If I remember correctly,
well,
I specifically stated monument and canopy.
Canopy for the wagons. Well, he does. He did say any supplies relevant needed. So spare shoes for the draft, and the horse that comes. Sorry, the wagon that is brought out has a canopy. So you were able to source a second canopy to go onto your other wagon. Nothing small enough to go on the cart, but the two large wagons now have canopies on them. Okay.
We don't have the cart no more.
I thought the cart was being. I thought somebody just said the cart was being kept.
No, we're trading it for the larger wagon.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Okay, but okay,
I wouldn't
that's
thought
fine.
we were getting rid of hers, but not.
Oh no, okay, understood. Sorry. Right, that is fine. So, as this is discussed, and Grinwald asks somebody, a young stable hand, to go down and arrange this for you. Is there any other business that anybody wants to conclude in? Now, I know one person was contracted Eberron for work on his great axe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, but I don't think we'll be hanging around for 2 to 3 days, so I may have to forfeit it this time and pick it up. Maybe when Cyrus lends me his 5,000 gold, or whatever it is, I might be able to afford it.
Come back.
Whoa! Alright, it's not all Cyrus is. Oh!
No, I'm joking.
I'm already earmarking my share of that. I've already spent that in my head.
Torek was going to lend me gold and it wasn't enough anyway, so I was going to try and haggle him down if we were hanging around. But I don't think we may or may not be back, so I will forfeit that one for the couple of days it would take to do it.
Okay.
But,
well, we're not too far off a break. I would suggest a short break if people would like one. I would suggest, for expediency's sake, as you're now into the day, that if you want to quickly, it's not a great distance from where you currently are to go to the blacksmith, where you would find him starting work for the day, to swap the loaner that you asked for back for Glacier's Bite to get your axe back.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be leaving that behind. I believe, Osro, you didn't contract him to do a chain for you. I think you decided not to in the end.
Correct.
Okay, fantastic. Right, so does anybody have any other work that they want to do in Aetherwind? Or anything else that they want to do in Aetherwind before you look to head out with Drell and Greta east?
No, I'm good now. Don't know anyone else.
Did Arwen or Lumina, did one of you say you wanted to do something or not? Did I hear it wrong?
Oh, Luminara said.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luminara said she wanted to do something.
Oh yeah. So I would like to try this new spell out. It's called Invoke the Amaranthine. That's how you say it. But I can essentially roll 2 d20s, record what they are, and I can choose them for each one, or for both of them, to be an attack roll, skill check, or a saving throw. And then for the next 24 hours, which would just, I assume, be the whole session, they can be substituted for any ally or enemy roll that I can see within 60 feet.
Jesus.
So you get 2 of those then. You could roll 2 d20s and then you can substitute those rolls.
Yeah. So I want to actually need to write this down.
Yeah, roll away and keep that in the bank.
So in 24 hours, you can substitute any crap roll with one of these.
Oh, dude,
yeah,
it's a
depending
super long
on
spell description. It's crazy what she can do with this.
That's awesome.
yeah, depending on what I can roll really low, but maybe we swap it for like an enemy or something. So I think it has its benefits.
Yeah, good shape.
Okay, let me.
Can't wait to get her to change that Constitution saving throw on Stunning Strike for you, Mark.
Mike, you know this spell, right? You have to.
I want to start making this like a habit, I guess, where I'll just do it in the morning, like my morning ritual or something. I just completely forgot about it. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm ready to roll now.
Okay.
2 nat 20s.
Yeah, roll away. Two standard d20s, then, is it? Okay.
Yes. So for the first, I want to do them both different though. So the first one, I think I'll do this one like a skill check.
Okay. Yeah, for a skill check. Okay. Let's have a look at that roll.
Sorry, my computer is very slow right now.
It's okay.
Okay.
So 17.
17, okay.
Yeah.
You've got 17 in the bank.
Okay.
Ooh, this is going to be... Okay.
It'll be 17, and then the next one, let's see. I don't even know if I have to choose before or after a roll. That's the other thing. I don't know if it says that. I think I can choose after. Okay, let's do the next one.
Okay.
Oh.
One 17. And what else we got? It's going to be very useful.
A 5.
Okay, so you got a 17 and a 5. All right, then you've got a 17 banked. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What are you going to keep? What's that 5 going to go for in case you need it?
Let's do. I will do that one as an attack roll in hopes to use it against, like, swap it with an enemy if we have to. I'll just have it.
Okay. So if you keep a note of those, then and remind me when the appropriate moment comes. Right. So, in this time that this conversation's been taking place and this agreement's come to, a stable hand has gone off and caught up with Osro and Dolph. Osro, you have had Penny brought out for you. She's looking healthy, she's looking fed, she's looking happy and warm, and she is saddled, and you are waiting not just with Betty and the one wagon, but you now have a second wagon brought out, and another draft horse of similar size and strength to Betty is brought out next door. Dolph is most pleased with this, although he's kind of scratching his head trying to work out the mental arithmetic of how much food it's going to take to feed these animals. You kind of see him having a bit of a, oh god, my job's just got harder, I think.
Awesome. Can I help him and expedite it a little bit?
What's that, trying to work it out?
Trying to just get everything packed and ready to rock out the door.
You most certainly can. And as the rest of you, Drell and Greta are there, they've kind of like got their bows over their shoulders ready to go. Now, as the rest of you, and Brynord leads the way, and he starts a bit of general passing the day conversation with you about how the village is coming along, the morale of everybody, the plans to do certain expansions to the village and things in the spring, and it's general light, pleasant conversation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You start moving between his home and the tavern out the other side, and you find yourself, if I bring this out, let's have a look. You find yourself staring at 2 wagons, 2 horses, Ambrosia, your riding horse, Osro, Dolph, Greta. It's your convoy is waiting there. Okay.
Jesus.
As you approach, it's a sight. As you approach, you see a human, older man, and he's approaching from the north with his eyes on Brynord, and he says, Elder, a moment, please. He says, Neb. Yes, by all means, what is it? And he says, something of a little bit of interest to you, perhaps. There's a gentleman who's just rolled into the north of the village, stopped me and Daxel on our way back from checking the fishing traps. And he looks over Brynwald's shoulder. He says he's actually asking for the Illustrious 8, but by description, not by name. He's got Daxels waiting with him to the north of the village. I said I'd come and see if they were up. And Brynwald very nonchalantly turns around and looks at you and said, friend of yours?
We've been here the last couple of days. Has word already traveled about our fight?
Come to see the statue.
And Neb says he caught us on the pathways coming down from checking the fishing traps. He started asking after
What do you
Master
look like?
Tiberius. I'll be completely honest with you. I couldn't really tell. He's got most of his face covered.
With a mask or a hood?
Certainly some dark winter clothing. Yeah, he didn't really seem too forthcoming with information, to be honest. And Brynwald kind of turns and said, it just kind of looks at you.
Oh.
Daxel's up with him at the moment. If you want to go and have a word with him.
I'm gonna look over to Magnus and kind of have a weary look on my face if it's the hooded fella that we saw in Ice Fjords. Like,
well, that's what it may be thinking. You know, it's our assassin buggers that have been chasing us, do you reckon? I mean, would he just walk up to town? Surely not.
Maybe he's getting
As you
desperate.
look
Yeah, can we
As
see
you
him
look
from
over in
here
that
or not?
direction- No, but what you do see is Daxel coming down the path. And Neb turns around and looks at him. And you see Daxel coming down the path into view towards you. And he says, "Oi, I told you to wait up there with him." He says, "It's not my fault. He's gone." He says, "Shortly after you left, he turned and he went back up the way he's come pretty fast as well. He was in a hurry wherever he was going."
What's his name? Dax.
Daxel.
Dax, is it? You fucking idiot. What did he look like? Did you catch him? What was his voice like? Was he dressed in black by any chance?
Mostly black. Yeah, he turns to Neb. He says, "He was in black, wasn't he?" Yeah, he's in black. He said, "Weathered kind of look about him." He said, and Neb turns around and says, "I don't know where he's been, but that horse looked pretty tired. Wherever he's been riding it hard, I think." Yeah, no, it wasn't very forthcoming with information.
Did he say? And it's going to sound a stupid question because you two are not very intelligent. But did he give you a name?
And Daxel just blankly looks at Neb and said, "Do you give us a name?" No, he points to Tiberius. He points to Luminari. He said he described 2 or 3 of you, and then asked if I'd seen a group of your size, and said he'd wait there. And he turned to Neb. He says, "I'm not being joking. As soon as you got, I don't know, 100 paces down the thing, he turned that horse around. He was gone." I said,
Did he say where he was going or where he was waiting?
He didn't even say anything to me. Literally, I turned me back to watch Neb, and before I know it, he's hightailing it back up the road fast as anything. Neb said, "What did you say to him?" I didn't say anything to him. I might have mentioned a few things about fish traps, I suppose, and I was passing the time of day. I was going to just stand there and say nothing. I said, "Oh God, your personality will scare anybody away." And they both turned to you, said, "Sorry about that." And Brynwald, who's just kind of taking this all, and said, "Okay, well, I guess." And he turns to you, said, "Were you expecting anybody?"
No. No. The rest of us are
No
here.
one's friendly anyway.
I didn't want to say to him that he might be expecting an assassin in his within village anytime soon.
And Brynwald,
he was going to get one anyway if he didn't build this fucking monument.
And Brynwald, who kind of takes in what you've just said, Pike, says, "Thank you, Neb, Daxel. I think that'll be all for now." And he says, "All right, yeah, no worries. We'll go and get ourselves warm then and get these fish. And you see the ones trailing a load of fish traps, basically a load of fish from a trap. So the two of them start walking off, and he says, "What do you mean nobody likes my personality and I scare anybody off?" He says, "I'm just saying, you could do with being a little bit, you know what I mean? You ain't exactly a particularly riveting person to talk to, are you?" And he says, "Oh, fuck off then." The two of them just walk off basically down into the...
Fucking Chuckle Brothers, though.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so Brynwald just kind of turned around and said, I tell by the expression on some of your faces, perhaps there's a chapter here that I need to be caught up on.
Well, we were, I would say, someone was trying to look for us since maybe Glacier City. We haven't had a chance to talk yet, so he may or may not pop into town, and it sounds like he was on his own by fucking Tweedledum and Tweedledee back there. But he may turn up with mates, so I just be a little bit wary. But if he does swing by, then try and let us know if you can.
I can try and get word to you, but if you and just excuse me, I'm just thinking, trying to take this all in at the moment. If this person is not somebody you wish to find, I assume, or to find you.
We want to find him. I want to find him. But it sounds like he darted off in a hurry, so hopefully he'll catch us up on the road.
Look,
Very well.
if someone comes to town asking about us, don't play the hero. You and I both know you can't do that. So, they want to know something, just point them out where we've gone. Don't be a hero. We'll deal with the rest.
Well, I will endeavour most assuredly to follow that advice. Are you sure that you wish me to direct these people towards where you are going? I feel somehow obligated to. Yes, you do. Very well.
Maybe downplay it a little bit. So maybe tell him there's less of us than there actually are, or say we've 4 of us have gone on and there's still 4. Downplay it a little bit.
Yes, I will. Very well. If that is your wish, then that is what I will do. Okay. In which case, and he turns and he looks to see Greta and Drowl starting to look a little bit impatient as well. I suppose this is goodbye. And he turns and looks at each of you and says, I must say again that what you've done for us has been nothing short of miraculous. And you've given this village, my people, and me another chance. So, please, I wish you all the good fortune on the road. God go with you. All of you.
I was sort of muttering in the bed, fucking gods again. These gods are doing me head in. Well, you take care of yourself, Brynwald, alright? And, we'll hopefully see you again soon. But you never know.
And he smiles, he just offers his hand to you and just says, we'll hopefully see you again. And
I'll shake his hand and sort of like show the platter of, thanks for the cakes.
As he takes and holds your hand and smiles, he says that they are meant for all of you.
Oh, well,
He just kind of smiles.
Of course.
I'll nod to him and say, sorry for pushing you against that wall our first night. And I'll nod to him.
After everything you've done for us, it's been forgotten a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
that. And Dolph is you turn around, you see Dolph is kind of like inspecting the draft horse. He says, all right, well, I'm riding this one. Who's keeping this one under control then? It says, come on, we've got to get going, haven't we? We're burning daylight here.
I'm not the greatest with animals, but I have some training if someone else wants to sit in the front of the wagon with me.
Well, I have 0 training. Oh no, actually, I might be alright. Thinking about it. I'll sort of hand the cakes to Cyrus, the platter of cakes, and hop up on one of the hop up on one of the horses.
I'm gonna steal another one and then hand the plate to the next person closest to me.
There is a dozen of them, so keep tabs on how many. You're down to 8 now, I think. So
I've got one in my mouth as I've jumped up on the horse, like one to go.
Okay, Magnus is up on the other draft, the new draft, and Dolph is getting up onto Betty. So you've got Ambrosia, who can be tied to the wagon if you so choose. Also, you have Penny.
Yep.
And yeah, what's everybody doing? Are they just piling into the wagons, basically?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me. Wagon.
Mike, I want you
Okay.
in my wagon. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna. So Torrik. So okay. Well, there's a question. If Pike and Cyrus, you're going into the one wagon. Who, and I suppose Dolph can have Torrik in the back of his, unless anybody tells me otherwise.
That's sound.
You two are going into this wagon. Brynwald is kind of coming up to watch you all kind of mount up here. Tiberius will jump in opposite Torrik
Also,
with his usual teasing style.
Is there enough room for me and Magnus to both be sitting at the front? Like, I'm maining it and he's my passenger.
Yeah, most certainly. Yeah.
He's a
if that's what you
dwarf,
want
right?
to
I
do.
can sit up there with him.
Yeah. Two of you can sit up. There's enough room for 2 people to sit up at the front of each of the wagons. Arwen and Luminara. Drell and Greta indicate that they will be tracking. So, but Arwen and Luminara, where are you placing yourselves?
I'm gonna sit in my wagon.
Yeah, I'll
Just
just
gonna sit in your wagon.
Yeah, just
Whichever
sit-
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will place Arwen you up front with Dolph and Luminara in the back of that one. And Brynwald kind of gives you that nod as you start to steer yourself into the convoy, ready to start heading out with Drell and Greta up ahead. So before we break for a break, we have 10 or so minutes. The question is, Illustrious 8, are you heading east to the road and then heading south? Or which direction are you going?
I know we wanted to go east, but then shit happened in the bar. Like, I don't know if that's changed anyone's mind about what to do.
well,
I could go either way.
God damn it.
I mean, it's Torik's life, not ours, right?
That's true.
I
haven't touched the amulet, so.
I smashed it and got some funny shingles going over me. I'm happy either way. Should we flip a coin?
Well, I'll tell
Should
you
I
what
flip
we'll
a coin? I'll flip a coin in the break.
coin.
How's
So-
that? I'll flip a coin in the break, and then we'll
I'll
come back.
tell you what we'll do. We'll break for a bit, and then we'll come back after a break, and you guys can tell
Sure.
me.
And real quick, so on our trek east with the hunters, I was going to ask them about the Mistlight forest.
Yeah, give us
Right,
some lore.
specifically
Maybe it'll sway our minds.
when we
Specifically
return-
about like the castle area or whatever you're saying, the ruins or whatever.
Okay. When we return from,
Yep.
I'll have that conversation ready for you to go, and you'll have that in real time. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
So
See you in a bit.
see you all in about 10 or so minutes. Okay.
And we're back.
Okay, welcome back, everybody, from a break there to grab drinks and snacks and have a little bit of a discussion amongst the group about the strategy from this point onwards. We've got quite an extensive map that they all have available to them. There is a lot of factors to take into account. There's a lot of new information and pre-existing information that comes into factor here. And we have a tie between travelling south to try and get out of the Nostramar winter and to try and get ahead of any potential threats that might be catching up with us, or to head east when we hit the road and to investigate Mistlight Forest, which is off to the east. There is something there that has caught their attention on the map. They maybe want to go and check it out. And the deciding factor comes down to Pike, who is easy either way, so he's going to roll a dice.
Ooh.
That's why we're going to decide what we're going to do.
I rolled it
Right.
and I got to go to the portal, which I think makes it 3-3.
Oh,
So I have
so
a
now
really good idea.
go on.
Is maybe we
Okay.
do a stream poll and let the people in the chat decide if we go to the portal or go south.
I
Oh.
love this.
That
love
seems
this.
like a good
Okay,
idea.
It's literally
Take
a
it
click
out
in
of
the
our
middle.
hands.
It's
Yeah.
Depending on how
Okay,
many
then.
people are actually in stream and paying attention.
There's 10 people.
Okay, we've had one. One has come straight
Look,
in from Salty south.
Whoever's an admin, you can do a full-on poll in the stream for it. I think.
I'm just going off chat. I'm going off whoever fastest fingers first. I've got one shout out for south from Salty straight away, no hesitation. We will give it another minute or so. We've got another one for south from Roxy. Okay, she's calling for you guys to head south. Okay, I'm going to give it another
shit.
10 seconds.
This
Unless
could
I get another couple
the stream could define the fate of the Illustrious Eight,
Really could.
essentially.
It really could.
If we all
It really
die,
could.
then it's basically the stream's fault.
northeast. I told
But-
you we're heading east today.
I said go northeast. I said go northeast. Okay, there's a general consensus there at the moment. Unless anything comes in the next 10 seconds, that you guys are going south when you hit the roads. Okay,
Uh-oh.
Okay.
but we are heading. So at the moment, you've now headed off. You're now into still early-ish morning, approaching mid-morning though, with Drell and Greta some ways ahead. They obviously want to try and catch up with any traps, or they want to keep an eye out for any game that is in the woodland. And obviously, you guys are rolling 2 wagons, and it creates a lot of extra noise. So, as the day presses on, and it is the day, you only see sporadic signs of Greta and Drell. They both go off separately. They both come back. They catch you up along the way. Okay. You have fresh blanketed snow. There's been intermittent blizzards while you've been there, so it is a very serene landscape. You navigate your way through that woodland on an easterly path. In that time, you pass the time of day with each other. Torek sits there quite solemn. Tiberius tries to console him while also digging at him, as the two of them tend to have a bit of a... But Torek is not providing the usual support that he does. It's clear he's sitting with a lot at the moment. Somebody said that they were going to try and catch Drell or Greta to find out information on Mistlight Forest as the day progresses. Is that somebody in particular wants to have that conversation, or...?
Yeah, when they catch up to us at any given point, I'm going to have the map in my hand. I'm going to pick Greta, if I may.
She slings the bow and she comes approaching. She says, "Osro, what can I do for you?"
Can I? So I'll point to that. You described it as like ruins on the map or something like that. I'm going to point to that and say, "What is this?"
In terms of your map and what you've got, there is a small marking on there of something, but it's not annotated at all. You point primarily at Mistlight, and she goes, "You'll see Mistlight when we get to the roads. It's unmistakable off in the distance to the east." And Drell, who's kind of fallen in line there, says, "100 generations of our village, and nobody's ever stepped foot in Mistlight Forest." She snaps back at him and says, 100 generations, don't be ridiculous, it's more like 10. And then she turns back around and she kind of says, Mistlight is as far as we'll go. Southern Road. Nobody sets foot into Mistlight, or has ever set foot into Mistlight from our village. My father, his father, all of the hunters of our village and all the surrounding villages have always said never to go to Mistlight.
Why?
There's an eeriness about it. You'll feel it. You'll see it. Everything's silent. And there's an illumination, a mist that hangs over it. It's where it gets its name from. You don't have animals. The game will never go near it. You never see birds heading in that direction. It just has this eerie, light blue tinged mist that hangs over it. And we're a superstitious people at the best of times. So she says, we've never known anybody brave enough to venture there or seen anybody go in. And then she looks at you with a certain amount of concern and says, why? Not thinking of going in there, are you?
Oh, just curiosity.
She's kind of like fiddling with a couple of hairs that she's attached around her neck. And she said, you lot are crazy for what you did for us. But there's crazy and then there's Mistlight crazy. And she gives you a nod and says, that's all I can really tell you.
All right, well, good luck with the traps. Thank you.
She does. She says, I'm going to check up a few tracks here. And she points off towards the left-hand side of the dirt track. She says, I'll catch you up about an hour or so down the road. And she says, Drell, come and make yourself useful.
Keep your eye out for hooded figures.
She says, I'll see them before they see me. And then she takes her bow off and they kind of start to stalk into the brush off towards a northeastern direction. Okay, leaving the two wagons lazily heading down this dirt track east. Okay. Is anybody else doing anything else during this time?
Where are we? Sorry, is it still in the track, sort of in the woods between Aetherwind and the road?
Between the southern road and Aetherwind, there is a small wooded region that's going to take you a good part of a day to get out onto the maybe slightly longer. You will camp, consume some rations, and the following morning you'll complete the journey onto the southern road. So you're moving as the day goes on through that in that direction. Okay.
Obviously, we're keeping an eye out for certain hooded figures as we're.
Well, yes. Who's the first wagon? Who's the second wagon? Who is leading the? And Osro is obviously on horseback as well. So Osro, I imagine you're going to have some part in this with Torrik out of the equation.
In front of both wagons.
Yeah, I think we'll be at the back, I guess. Cyrus.
Okay.
Guess so.
So, as you are travelling, Osro, and you're taking Penny further up the track, scouting, keeping an eye out, kind of, using your. Give me an animal handling check, because in some instances you're looking to Penny's reactions to things to kind of give you an indication of what's nearby, what's not, what's out of place. So
17 there.
Apart from, occasionally her kind of ears twitch and looking, kind of move, indicating she picks up a sound or something. And you're very honed into this, and you're scanning the landscape as you're moving forward. You don't have anything that catches your attention. You don't have anything that seems untoward or out of place, and you get on towards the early evening point with relative comfort that you're not being followed, that you're not being watched. And as the evening starts to draw in, Greta and Drell catch up with you with a series of hares that they've caught, and they indicate that the traps have been semi-successful, and they think that they will be on the trail of a large stag, a buck, that they think they're going to go after either early in the morning or on the return after they get you to the road. Okay. So, night sets in, and we will expedite this process of you looking for a place to camp. Osro, as the one helming this, are you looking for somewhere that is sheltered, somewhere that is... You're looking for a camping spot for the evening, so I'll have a survival check out of you, but what kind of location are you going to be looking for?
If a decent defendable position doesn't present itself, we'll just kind of catch an open spot.
Give me a survival check, and you're looking for something that's preferably got line of sight.
24.
Okay, yeah. As you traverse, you're looking, you feel like you've started looking early enough that you can afford to be picky. You come across a small rocky outcropping that presents a nice gradual incline that you can roll the wagons around off the road, off the dirt track, into this enclosed area, presenting a nice little spot for somebody to sit up top and do the night's watch. And you could mask a good amount of your fire if you wanted to have one. So, without going through the rigmarole necessarily of a setting up camp and having this stuff, I will ask who is going to do a night's watch for the night. I'm going to have 2 people, unless you want to do doubles up.
I'll do first watch.
First watch from Osro, and I'll have a quick second.
I'll do it if you want. I haven't done a watch for ages, so yeah, better.
All right. Osro, give me your first 4 hours watch, and if anybody wants anything to be done during this time, jump in and let me know now.
On each cart.
What? A watch on each?
Yeah, whoever's
Was that
going on the cart. One on each.
I was going to go above, probably. There's like a lookout spot right above. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can have all of the camp enclosed in this kind of rocky incropping, allowing somebody to kind of monitor from above.
Yep, that'll be what I do. But after we set up camp and we're all chilling around the fire, can I mount that hunting trap on the side of the wagon like we talked about?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Now, this will be your first time attempting this, and instead of having it flat, you're going to mount it on the side like that, okay? So give me a sleight of hand check as you try to carefully and meticulously place that on the side or the back of the cart.
On the side, nat 20.
Yeah, so you're able to find a way to click the mechanism up and to hold it in place there. So
I had carpenter
like
tools. It's
like you've fashioned a way to maintain it on the side. It's like a bear trap, basically.
Yeah, like a daisy bear trap, just vertical.
Okay, so you've got it hooked and on that cart there, ready, held just enough that it's spring loaded, but not enough that if something impacts it, it will hold it in place. It will go like that. Okay.
Perfect.
So you spend a bit of time doing that. And what was your survival check for your first watch?
It was high, 24.
Okay, so it's watchful. Everybody settles in.
Wait, that was survival for the campsite. I didn't roll one for watch.
Survival for your first watch, and then we're going to Magnus for potentially a second if needs be.
7.
Okay. There's a certain amount of blindness that comes to the fire. As much as you've picked this spot, and it seems to have obscured the view from a distance. Up close, still having that illumination coming up, you find it quite hard to kind of keep a track on the darkness, which is uncomfortable considering the things that are passing through your mind at the moment about what's potentially out there. However, you get to the end of your watch and nothing has occurred. Nothing untoward.
Thank God.
Magnus, taking over from Osro for the second half of the watch to morning. Greta and Jarell return at some point in the night around about this time. They say they've lost the tracks in the dark. They're going to get a bit of sleep and they're going to head out first light, and they will meet you along the path close to the southern road.
Mm-hmm.
They turn into rest, It is your turn to take up position and watch the camp through the night.
Okay.
Do you want to give me a? Did I make you roll a survival check for that? Was it perception?
You said
Looks like
survival, so I rolled survival.
Survival. Oh well, for consistency's sake, we'll go survival as well because it's in terms of
Either or.
tracking and monitoring.
Okay.
Yeah, go for that as well.
So I'll go back up
That's
to the same place as I'm walking away from the camp. I'm assuming everyone else, including Greta and her companion, is asleep. There's nobody else about, I guess, in the camp.
Unless anybody tells me that they are, or says that they're now awake for that second half, it could well just be you.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Okay, I'll head past the wagon and just check the trap as well. As where Ozaru placed the trap on the side, just check that's still live, if you like.
It appears to be, yeah. Without putting your hand anywhere near it, it seems to be still spring-loaded.
Yeah, I might try the amulet in it later, but let's see how it goes. So survival. So yeah, I'll sit back up on the perch where Ozaru was. Let's go there. 18.
Well, okay. So you've got a good eye on things as you're moving around the camp, just kind of keeping a general monitor. Yeah. You are confident as you're patrolling around throughout that second half of the night until you can see light cresting over the horizon. And just as you're doing your circle of the camp, Drell and Greta get themselves up. They give you a nod and a pat as they pass by. Surprisingly, almost stealthy as well. As even though you're looking around and you're keeping a good beat, they almost, as you turn this way, they come this way, they turn around, and they just give you the nod and the pat, and they are heading out, tracking this stag for the second half for the early morning. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Expediting the process, and for the purpose of brevity, morning comes around. Anybody who wants to break your fast for the day, and you only have a small time before you will hit the southern road, directly down. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We break camp. Consume rations. Yep. We feed the horses. Ulf is still in the morning there. He's trying to scratch his head on the mathematics of keeping these animals fed all the way to Axe Point, which is the next sizable town to the south. Okay. You continue on. Eventually, Drell and Greta catch up with you. Frustrated. They've lost the stag again. And as you follow this track, and they have now decided they are going to lead you to the road, say their goodbyes, and they are going to turn around and head back and try and pick it up on the return journey. You're heading down this track. It is serene, early morning scene, blanket of snow, and you come to a clearing, and down the valley below you, across rolling hills of white, you see in the distance the large southern road that you're going to pick up and follow south towards Wintelis, the final stretch of your journey in Nostramar. And directly across from you, almost going up the bank again, off in the distance, a few hours from the road, is a large expanse of forest, which has hanging over it, from this distance, a pale, illuminated mist, a very light blue, pale mist that just seems to give it this tinge, this colour, off in the distance. And Drell and Greta notice it first, and they look, and they immediately kind of feel, you can see them tense. They look, and Greta turns to you, Ozro on horseback, and looks up to you and nods off in that direction and say, "That is Mistlight Forest." And then Drell kind of comes up to you and just gives you the horse a bit of a pat and says, "Safe journeys." And he turns to all of you and says, "From all of us again, thank you for what you did for us, for Aetherwind. Be a stranger. Maybe come back in the spring after the snows have cleared, and we'll celebrate again." And then he starts nodding and starts walking off back down the convoy. And Greta hangs back and she says, "Do you need to know anything from us before we leave?"
No.
No, not from me. But thanks,
Safe travels.
Greta. Yeah, you take it easy, and hope you find your stag. And yeah, we'll see how we go. Maybe we'll catch each other again soon.
Wait, Greta, before
she-
you guys head out, I have a question or two.
Okay.
The rest of the road south, is it known to be safe this time of year? Lots of bandits or wildlife that get kind of rowdy on the roads?
She stops and she tries to summon up a smile, and she says, "Honestly, no." She says, "This time of year, fewer people travel. You'll see debris, most likely all the way along the road for those that have been foolish enough to risk the travel. My advice: try and stick to the road as best you can, but keep your eyes peeled as you travel." She says, "A lot of the bandits won't come out during the worst of the weather, so maybe you'll get lucky, but it's quite easy to get to end up going in the wrong direction if you're not careful. So this kind of weather can turn you about quite easily. So if you see it start to turn, stay put, look for shelter as best you can, and just be vigilant on the road."
I'll kind of nod and look back at the group. Our last chance to make a decision, guys, as I kind of look up to the forest on the hill.
Well, I think we kind of made the decision. Well, we didn't. Some divine intervention made the decision. So I say we go with it.
So you're going to head south.
Indeed.
She turns, gives you that nod, and then she stops instinctively. She says something that you've heard before.
Uh-oh.
Instinctively, she turns around and she says, "May Hrormag's eyes never fall upon you." And then she quietly nods and starts walking off down the convoy. Okay?
It's Horrormag. Horrormag, whatever it is.
You Northerners
Tiberius-
are a superstitious lot, as I look to Magnus.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Don't believe in many
Luminara,
gods.
can you do your weather prediction?
Yes, I can. I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay, so stepping out, check the weather. So this is a passive, isn't it? So you draw that sigil into the sky. You watch it for the duration. At the very, very end, it looks like it's starting to turn, but for the duration of this period of 24 hours, you don't see much of a increase in the wind or the blizzard conditions. So you seem relatively comfortable that you will maintain this current weather for a period of 24 hours. Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
So
Very useful.
So we hit the road and we are heading south. So we know from looking at our map that we have Osro has actually obtained some local knowledge from some local maps that he obtained. Glacier City, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Was it Iceforge as
I
well?
bought maps
So
here too.
And Cyrus has some as well. Then, so a combination of their two uses of the resources that they've obtained. I did distribute a more updated map that gives you a bit more of information down as far as Axe Point. You know that there is another bridge coming up. It's called Blizzard Bridge. You know that there is an old fishing village not far from there. You know there is something on one of the islands in the southern fjords called the Hot Nests. No information on what that is. And to the south of the Blizzard Bridge, you have the town of Axe Point. Okay? So, for the next few days, you maintain that course south. You look for opportunities to camp using Osro's survival skills and the information that Greta said about being vigilant. You consume 3 rations for 3 days travel. Everybody consume those rations. Morning or night, everybody, unless you're going to tell me you're not going to eat during that time for whatever reason because you haven't got it or whatever. Everybody consume your rations now.
I'm going to eat the last of my rations worth of mammoth cheese. That's gone. And a ration.
Anyone need rations? I got a little left to spare for this journey. If anyone needs to eat.
I'm good. Cool.
Okay.
I got loads too.
So food-wise, everybody's feeling comfortable. They're consuming their food. You camp. Dolph
Anyone needs
maintains
to
the.
watch and let me know.
Will do.
Okay. You travail south for a number of days. The weather looks like it's going to turn at certain points, but you're able to rest for a period of time. You're able to move with the during the good periods of weather. You're able to stay out of the bad periods of weather, so it doesn't hinder your journey too much. Now, there comes a point in time when you are looking southward as the road kind of meanders a little bit, and Dolph is one of the first to kind of sit back in the reins. And who is sitting beside Dolph?
Arwen. I think that's who we said was next to her.
And you guys are in front. So, Arwen, you see Dolph kind of lean back into the reins and just smiles. He said, "Now there's a sight I have never seen before." Stretched off in the distance, just to the very edges of the horizon, you see what looks like green fields.
Oh, thank the Lord. We're out of the snow.
It's still a while away yet. Still a while, but you've traversed. You are in the final stretches. You've still got to get. You're over the bridge, the Blizzard Bridge. Unless you tell me you're going to stop off for any reason, you are past the. You're just past the Blizzard Bridge. Okay. So, and this is what everybody said, they wanted to make the most direct route south. Far off, a few days' travel, you'll see you will be hitting green fields. Now, you notice that while the weather is not temperate at all, there is a slight change. The tundra, the thick layers of snow, gives way to a slight, more of a tundra. Still icy, but not deep snow from heavy blizzards. What you're looking at is, it almost looks like the path has kind of narrowed and then starts to drop off a little bit into some low ground. Curiously, there is a mound at the very edge of your peripheral. It is a raised elevation, like a rocky elevation. And then it looks like a large, icy, kind of, it goes up. A large, icy, it kind of rises off, sitting on top of this elevation. Now, bear with me, we've had somebody join in. So, Mr. Tarek has joined in. Tarek, you've joined in just messed it all up right at the opportune moment. So, apologies.
Oh, shoot. Don't worry.
Are you hanging around, or are you, because it could be a good time, are you hanging around, or are you just popping in to listen?
Quick.
I'm gonna remove you for now. Drop him out, and if you just want to just read.
I can hear a thing he's saying.
I can't hear a thing he's saying.
That's all right. He's obviously dropped in to have a listen. Can you just disconnect Mr. You, or is it?
There we go. Yeah.
Do you want to? That's adjusted it. Okay, right.
Yep.
So it's a large elevation, and it seems like there's a mound of ice, quite tall, that catches your eye as you're approaching. You're some ways off from it, what are you doing?
I'll sort of look back at the snowy beyond that we just left, and with a little bit of sadness because I haven't travelled south, and there's a little bit of apprehension.
So this will be a first time for you as well.
This is
is
the
probably
first
furthest
time
south we've
south.
ever gone.
Yeah, and Magnus has literally spent his whole life up north, so this is the first of non or less snowy terrain that he's seen. So just looking at it a bit of awe, and I'll sort of turn to Cyrus and Luminara because I think we're in that car.
Yeah, I'm in the cart next to you holding the reins.
What's this then? Is it a spire or a flipping massive snow tower, ice tower thing? Do you know what it is? Do we know where we are?
Well, you're on the southern road. It looks like it's just a natural jut in the southern road, but there is something. It just looks like a stone, but it seems almost out of place. It's quite large, and it seems to be almost pure ice from this distance, and it's sat rigid on top of a mound. The earth drops off a little bit, and then this mound, and then this thing is sitting on top of it. Okay.
Is it? Sorry, are we still in the less snowy but still slightly snowy terrain, and it's sat in that? So it's within like walking distance, not a couple of days away, or?
It's directly in front of you.
Okay.
It's on the edge. It's on the road directly in front of you, and it is still snow drifts, but you've seen a bit of a marginal decrease in the snow. Basically.
Okay. So it's not an ice sculpture in the middle of the place.
You're the northerner here, Magnus. You should know what that is.
Well, I didn't come this far south of these rivers, you know. We flipping. I only stayed up in the mountains and the gloom peaks. But yeah, this looks a bit odd, isn't it? I guess we go check it out.
You always go smash it. You haven't smashed something in a couple
well,
days.
yeah. We could try that. How tall are we talking, DM? Is it like 30 foot, 100 foot, 10 feet?
About 25 to 30 feet.
Okay.
It's rigid up on top of the mound, so it gives it an extra height. It's quite sizable.
Is it doing anything? Or is it?
No, it just seems to be still at the moment.
Okay.
There's nothing else happening at the moment.
Hmm. And
So,
do we? Go on.
I was just gonna say, is it like a house, or like a? Does it look like there's something in it, or like?
From this, I'm going to very quickly just ask a question here. Just remind me, I've got Arwen and Dolph in the front. I've got Pike sat behind him. Who is sat opposite Pike right now?
What do we have? It was me driving the cart with Magnus next to me, and then Luminara and Pike in the back.
Yeah.
That was the back car.
Bear with me.
And then the other cart was Dolph and Arwen in the front, with the two people that aren't here in the back.
Yeah, Torek and Tiberius in the back.
And Osro has his own horse.
The less cool car.
Okay. The less cool car.
We're in the car with the cool kids. Minus Arwen.
So Luminara and Pike in the back of that one with Ambrosia on there. Okay, right. I just had to make just a quick adjustment for the second wagon there. So yeah, no. There's still the snowdrifts, but you're noticing, you can see off in the far, far distance, you see the first signs of Wintelis on the horizon. Still some travel away. The environment is still very much Nostromo, but you're starting to see that gradual change into something that's a bit more temperate. Off to the front of you, as the road takes a bit of a natural dip, there is what looks to be just a bit of an elevation. It like drops and it's there. It creates almost like a low ground. Okay. On top of that elevation is what seems to be an icy spire of some kind. Now it's natural looking, formed, but it's going 25 to 30 feet up, and it's sitting quite imposingly on top of this elevation. Somebody asked if they could see anything moving in it. From this distance, you can't see much more. But Adolphus kind of, there was a bit of a whinnying from the first draft, not Betty, but from the new one.
Oh, we got to name it. Crap.
You do, yeah. Actually, that'd be a good time. Anybody thinking of a name for?
Oh.
Or have any ideas? We'll just call it Draft Horse for now. Okay.
Marvin.
Should we go towards this thing? Is it steering away from our actual?
We've had a Lily in chat from Roxy. How do you guys feel about Lily?
Lily. Let's go with Lily.
Marvin.
Or Marvin?
Marvin.
You said Marvin.
Yeah,
Got a Marvin.
It's funny you say that. I almost said Martin.
Martin, so we go with Marvin. Okay. Currently, no, doesn't seem to be any movement from it.
I'll sort of, as we're in the same car, I'll sort of nudge Luminar and go, what do you reckon, Luminar? Should we head it towards it? You getting a good feeling? Bad feeling?
I don't know. I don't think I'm getting like a bad feeling. I'm curious about it because it looks natural, but it's such an odd shape. I'm very curious. So, and I'm very nosy. So of course I would like to go see.
Do
Well,
you sense any magic? Anyone that has?
I know. I was gonna say I can't detect magic right now. So if anyone else can.
no.
As you are
I'm
pondering
looking
this,
at detect magic,
oh,
actually.
go on. If you want to try detect magic, go right ahead.
Let me double check. I think I can.
Oh, when you got quiet again, on my end, I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah. Oh, can anyone else?
It's a little
am I
quiet.
really now?
You've come through better there. Yeah, you've come through better there.
Just start shouting.
Wow. I'm
Okay.
shouting. I'm gonna wake the kids up then after all the fun. Right, so I can detect magic, doodly-doo, but from myself in a 30-foot radius.
I guess we're not
And
fit.
is that that's not really close enough, is it?
30 feet, no, will not be close enough.
Yeah, so I can't do it. Sorry, guys.
Well, we'll just get closer to it.
Let's go.
let's get
Let's
closer.
go.
Okay.
We got curious
As you
Luminara. Let's go.
As Dolph starts to try and get the draft horse to move again, she starts to, and then immediately starts to whinny and back up. There is there's a low rumbling sound.
Oh God.
Something comes into view at the end of the road, and I will ask for. We will move off the winter scene, and I now have a map ready for you.
Roger, Roger.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's bring this down a little bit. We'll show you what you're looking
Frost
at.
salamander.
Oh, I'd love to give you another frost salamander. Okay. You basically you've got the drifts, but you're starting to see there is areas of slight melt. There is off to the end of the road. The mound is down here. Okay, let's move that. Something quite large. Not the first time you've seen one of these, but the first time you've seen one alive.
The fuck is that?
What the fuck?
It's
Read
unfortunately
the
I haven't
name.
got a token.
What
Sorry,
is
I haven't
it?
got a token thing for it. I'll zoom in.
Holy shit.
Fucking mammoth.
Magnus wasn't here with us for that.
No.
Oh.
I don't think I
And it
was
kind of-
either.
into view, and it stops just lazily. Okay.
Yeah. What's one of them doing all the way
Noticed you.
down here? It hasn't noticed us.
Hasn't noticed you. It's just sitting there.
Can we tell from this distance what it is?
Oh, you could see it. Yeah, it's large fur, great big tusks coming around, sizable.
Can we?
Do we know if it's like a neutral kind of animal? If we don't fuck with it, it'll just go about its business. Are they territorial? I've played lots of Skyrim, and I know if you don't fuck with them, they don't fuck with you. You know.
Give me a perception check. Somebody give me a perception check.
Good,
And
sir.
Magnus, you know,
I can roll it for our card, I guess.
Yeah. So
Holy
give me a
crap.
perception check, but also Magnus, give me an insight check as well.
I got
from
a
your time
20,
traveling.
21 for perception for our cart.
All right.
Okay, hang
Oh,
on.
God. You see a giant behind it.
Oh, not 20. 21.
All right. You know that first of all, Magnus, you know that these things roam all over the north.
Mhm.
It's somewhat unusual to see one of these this far south. They're usually up in the more of the snowy regions, even pushing onto the base of the Spines Mountains. To have one this far south, somewhat odd. Cyrus, around about this time that you are now taking in these details from a distance, you notice a few things. You notice small trinkets, well, not so small trinkets, hanging off its tusks. You notice that some of its fur is braided. You notice there are carvings. You will notice there are carvings actually into the tusks.
Oh, shit.
I fucking want it.
This entire few times that you've been over these days that you've been heading south, there have been some carts on the roadside. There have been some debris left by the blizzard and just abandoned. But you've seen a lot of this up and down. But that's just something just to note there. But in this instance, you start to notice a few details about it. What are you doing?
Would I know from that 20 insight if they were like domesticated normally, like people have used them for certain things, or not?
People, not so often.
Oh.
Oh. Okay, so I would know. Okay.
Giants and Goliaths.
I guess we hold up and I'll sort of nudge to Cyrus, pull the reins in and stop the horse before we go too far.
Stop it as we can.
Do we notice?
You see what I'm seeing, right?
Well, yeah, but I know that they don't come this far south.
Yeah, but I'll point like to the specific, like on the side. But look at its tusk. There's like something hanging off of it. What is that?
An amulet.
Another one. Well, yeah.
Another one.
There's stuff hanging off it. Like they're not smart enough to like gather stuff they find off bodies. They're dumb animals.
Now, I know that normal people don't domesticate them, and I guess.
Are you saying something fucking big does? Who would domesticate that thing?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
There's like carvings on the side of it. Can I tell from this far what language?
Could be a trader. It could be a
Did we
warband.
see
It could be anything.
A saddle on it?
There's a saddle on this thing. We're turning around, bro.
Saddle, no. But with the roll that you've got, there is something fastened onto the side.
Oh.
Now, Luminara asked if you could see anything moving inside. With a 20, and looking in that general direction, as the mammoth slowly, glacially comes to a stop and seems to be just kind of, its large, bulbous, thick head seems to be looking with the trunk for anything vegetation to put into the mouth. It is stopped within about 10 feet of that spire. And as you are taking that scene in, Cyrus, from behind that wall of ice, something just shimmers and moves. Okay?
Oh.
No shit.
Magnus, you see that? I'll point to it.
What was it?
Right there. Right there by the ice.
Did it look humanoid?
I don't know. It looked like something moved behind it, but it's just... I can't see through ice. I'm not magical, but it looks like something moved behind it.
In these last few moments, what are you doing?
I don't know.
In these moments when... All right.
How far away are these things?
Distance to you.
Can I cast Pass Without a Trace? Sorry.
You can pass it out. You can try it now. What's the rate? What's the distance on that?
So it says that I cast it on myself, but it radiates and masks
our companions. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you has 10 plus bonus to Dex checks and can't be tracked by magical means.
Okay. What's the range that you can cast that within?
It doesn't say, it just says self. Yeah.
Within 30
Yes,
feet around you, so everyone around you within 30 feet gets the buff.
Oh, okay. I guess, but you're trying to ask what's the range of like the distance between us and the creature. Yeah, it doesn't say.
It's 30 feet, so 30 feet circumference from you would be covered by Pass Without a Trace. I see somebody's got that on and had a little look. I can tell you it's not going to cover all of you.
Oh, shit.
Okay, Osro and Dolph and Arwen won't be covered by that.
Move it closer, guys. Move the cards closer.
Right. In the moments that now you can cast it, you can still able to cast it, but
only on the cool kids cart.
Yeah, I mean, if we could move closer, and then I would cast it. But you said these are like final moments, so I don't know if that's enough time to do that.
Oh, and you got all the cool kids in it.
Pieces of the ice into crack. Small amount of it breaks off and falls to the ground.
Can I do something? Can I uncuff Toric real quick?
You can riding to the back of the cart.
You're trusting him?
Into the back of the cart. And
Can I just ask a question as well, quickly? Sorry. Did Pass Without Trace get cast?
If Luminara intends to cast it, knowing full well that it won't cast for everybody, she can do if she wants to. It's up to her. It won't cover everybody.
I'll do it.
So anybody that's in that back, so basically the 4 in the back cart. Now, does that include animals as well?
Any creature, it says, right?
Yeah, each creature you choose.
So that back cart, including Ambrosia in the draft, is Pass Without a Trace. Okay. Now, as you go up to him, he looks at you, he's weary, and he says, and you take his hands and basically say, he says, "What are you doing?"
Grab your bow, Featherkin.
And he just he rubs his wrists and looks around a little bit dazed, as if he's probably spent this portion of the journey just in a bit of a daze. And he just raises it. He says, "I'm ready." The ice is breaking. And as part of it on the one side breaks, large blue fingers start to move and flex.
Oh, shit.
And then more ice falls off. And then more. And then from out of the spire, it starts to break in chunks and be lifted off in chunks. And a head and the piece comes off the top. And standing top of that spire. Are you hiding, are you? You're hiding.
Runs and dips into the snowbank, just like
standing on top of the spire. It's Rawmag Blizzardbringer.
That sounds horrendous.
We were told the South is fucking safe. What the hell is wrong with these people?
What the fuck is going on?
Mistlight Forest.
Stick to the roads and be safe. Everyone said.
Take the car in reverse.
The beard is mostly ice. As it moves, its head moves and cracks. The ice breaks with it and cracks. But it just almost seems to be whatever the beard is. It's just ice around it. The body is armored in a fashion, and holding by its side is a large great axe. And it looks, and it turns up, and it kind of sees the mammoth. And then its head comes forward and it looks directly at you on that first cart, and it lifts its head. Does anybody speak giant?
No. Hang on, let me check.
Oh, the forest?
Where would it be?
Now would be a good time if somebody spoke giant.
I don't think it did.
Does anyone have a spell?
I'm checking all the character sheets.
Check all the character sheets, because that's going to determine whether you're going to hear and understand what's about to be said to you.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. I don't think I do, but I'm going to try.
I don't think anyone does.
No. Where would it be? Sorry?
It's not here. I've checked them, they don't.
No.
Okay.
I've checked them.
No. Oh, fuck.
Okay. A large, booming voice comes out. and it's speaking, and it just reverberates as if your chest reverberates with the noises as it speaks, and it just raises the great axe and just points it directly at the cart, and then slowly it moves across, and it seems to be pointing towards one of the horses, and then it lowers the axe.
Let him have the horse. Let him have the horse.
Feed him.
And it just stands there. These large muscular arms come up basically and holds it, and it seems to just be waiting and watching you.
Oh shit.
Good old-fashioned standoff.
What are you doing?
Oh,
drink blood. No.
So have we got a left and a right kind of road, or have we got a straight down road? What kind of road have we got?
Around the mountain. It's directly down. I mean, you can go off road to the side, but the path the wagons are on is kind of in a slight dip. So the path is forward or back.
Okay. So there's no left or right. Oh fuck.
Placement seems somewhat ideal for this kind of situation to catch travellers. Okay.
Okay.
Who's going to talk to him?
A few moments pass and nobody says anything. Is almost
No one
seeming
speaks
a little
giant. We can't talk
little
to it.
Yeah, we can.
frustration. It
It's
just goes. It's deeper and more reverberated and more, and it says there's anger coming to the voice now. Okay.
Can I mimic the first thing he said?
Oh yeah. Oh.
You can. Yeah, give me a performance check.
What if it's like an insult and you just start fucking insulting this dude? Oh my god.
Look at that puny human.
You can. You want to mimic what it said to you the
I will
first time.
make you meat and eat
Yeah.
your bones.
Yeah.
God.
Hey, this worked with the frost salamander baby.
True.
Give me a performance check to match that volume to get the voice to it, because this thing is loud. It billows from 170 feet away. Okay.
15.
It kind of, as it says it kind of, its head comes back. It just this loud, reverberating noise again.
Did it sound
And
meaner or nicer?
Meaner.
Oh
Meaner.
no.
Oh shit, you pissed it off.
You pissed it off.
It fills its lungs. It begins to fill its lungs, and then just starts to whistle. A deep whistle. And as it's doing it, the wind is picking up behind you. Okay, it's almost like the wind has become stronger as it starts to whistle.
Oh fuck.
And another noise adds to that cacophony of sound. The deep whistling, the wind picking up. And you start to hear howling.
Oh fucking hell.
Okay. From left and from right. And the visibility, it's almost as if from out of the ether, the wind begins to pick up, and the snow. It's almost like it started to blow something in your direction. Okay, on the sides, visibility starts to fade a little bit. Okay, it's coming like a wind tunnel at you.
Hmm.
Who's got the highest passive perception? Torek is kind of looking around, but he seems to be kind of looking left to right. Who's got the next highest perception apart from Torek?
I got 18.
That's
Right,
probably
and
it.
you're off the cart, Pike, so you are going to hear this quite reasonably close to your side. You're going to start to pick up shapes moving and amongst the drifts on your side of the cart. Okay?
Can I mimic the wind thing that he did?
You can certainly try. Yeah.
Cast the spell right back at him.
You mimic the sound. It doesn't seem to have any effect.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. Okay.
Worth a try.
You begin to see shapes on it'll be your left. Okay, I will show you in a minute, Pike. Well, you'll be able to see it, but I'm going to show the group now.
Okay. Ah, I can see it.
The fuck?
Okay,
I see.
What?
bristling white fur, moving low with the Arctic, but padding forward towards you.
That's the wrong size to dip out on.
As you are looking frantically around, on the other side, you spot movement. Okay? Those who are looking forward and watching the giants see another shape pad forward from out of this murky, snowy blizzard that is starting to form around you. Wholly different to the ones that are appearing in front of you. And comes to sit beside the mammoth, eyes pale white, with a bluish tint, and it just seems to be its eccles are going up on the back, almost has like almost icicles on the back of its fur. And giant, after the whistle stop and this cacophony of wind and this flurry of snow that seems to have come almost out of nowhere, just a long pause, and then just goes, and this deep guttural voice, and it billows it. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh, it's not good.
Oh my Jesus Christ! I got 2.
I got 12.
Fuck's sakes!
Oh shit.
Find it.
Why is it so damn hard to leave the damn north? Oh my god.
21.
I thought we're just trotting along, all nice and happy. I'll have a little chat with me buddies.
Get out of this fucking place.
I got 21.
Oh damn!
Right.
Okay. Sorry. Before, is this wind tunnel thing still happening, or has it died down? Or
Yeah.
Okay, so
no, the weather has kind of beat up into like a blizzard, effectively, around you.
So do we see these? I don't know what they are. Are they wolves? I can't see.
Have I moved it on so I can show you? Apologies. There you go.
No, that's fine.
3
Oh, direwolves. Oh shit. Okay.
from that side.
No. Okay.
2 are now visible close on your left, right, and the thing that has come into visible and it's kind of moving around onto this side is larger and wholly looks different to the ones around you. Okay.
I have a question.
Right.
Which side of the wagon, which wagon is my hunting trap on?
You placed it. You can decide for yourself which wagon you placed it on. Did you place it on Dolphin Arwen's or did you put it on Magnus and Cyrus's? That's entirely up to you.
Probably Magnus and Cyrus, the one that the town gave us.
Okay, so
don't want to damage Arwen.
And size-wise is entirely up to you, right or left. Ambrosia is on, in fact, Ambrosia is on the right side, so it might be prudent to suggest that it's on the other side to her.
Yeah, the left side.
She's tethered to the back now. Now. Let me get this going. We might get a little bit of this in before we start to get a little bit tired. So Tiberius and Torek immediately start looking around and drawing and kind of aiming and keeping watch as these things are stalking towards you from both sides. Okay? Let me find... I thought I had to give you at least one good hurrah before you leave not the north. It'd be that easy. Oh my god, this one got so many.
No, you can let us leave the north if you want.
Yeah,
The north doesn't let go of you that easy. Does not want to let go of you that easy. Running counter. Okay.
Road is safe, they said.
Right, I will auto roll them. Okay. Right, let's fire some initiatives. Pike, we got your initiative, mate.
So I rolled it ages ago. 15.
15 for Pike. Torek, I will roll for him. Let's do it on here. Osro, what you got your initiative, mate?
11.
11 for Osro. Cyrus, how'd you do?
12.
12 for Cyrus. How'd you do, Arwen, on your initiative?
I got 21.
Ooh. Okay, Luminara, how did you do? Or Magnus, if you're the... Yeah, I know Magnus, would you get on your initiative, mate?
A massive 2.
Massive 2, okay. Luminara's got 9 on hers. That's just come through. Fantastic. Give me uno momento. Let's roll for Tiberius and Toric. Tiberius is coming in with a 15 on his. And Toric is coming through with a... And he's actually watching the stream now, so he's witnessed.
He's going to watch himself die.
25.
Well, Torek, you're going to be putting on that amulet and fighting this guy.
Okay. Right, there we go. Let's just pick that back up. This is wholly too quiet and chill for what is ahead of you. Bear with me. That's a bit better. How's that? Right. So, first and foremost, we have Toric, who, turning and seeing what is enclosing in on the side of you like pincers, is going to take to the air. It's going to fly upwards, away from the... Let's just move and just... He is going to head...
Are you kiting
anybody else
kiting them?
Well, actually, I mean, there's 2 people here potentially to be kited. Was somebody, because I've got the... Does somebody want to jump in and kind of make the decisions for these guys? And I'll roll the dice for them? That would possibly be easier.
I said kite for Toric.
I can probably kite Tiberius.
Perfect. If you 2 would mind doing that, that'd be fantastic. And I'll roll for them. Okay, so Toric is up. Pike?
Right, awesome. Would you say, Toric being a massive tall lad that he is, actually, the dude can fly, can't he? Fuck it. Yeah, he's going to fly 30 feet into the air.
Okay. 30 feet up. You can move him, actually, where you want him.
It's just going straight up.
He's going straight up above the cart. Okay, then 30 feet up.
Then he is going to shoot at Direwolf.
Okay.
All right.
That one there.
Yeah, so 1 second. Right, he has no bonus action spells he can cast. Yeah, so he's just going to shoot. Remembering he gets Gloomstalker, so it's 3 attacks.
Okay, all right. Let's jump on actions for this one then. So, first attack to hit. He's coming in with a... Where can I move that? Let's just move this. Uno momento. Let's get rid of that. An 18. I think that's going to be okay on his first one. Let's just check. Yeah, okay. So he's able to hit on his first one. Let's roll damage. 10 points of damage. Fires the first one.
Okay.
He goes to fire again. That'll hit again. Second shot at the same one. Okay, target's the same one. 12 points of damage. On his second attack. Third one goes in. The direwolf is eating these first 2. Third one hits. $11 points of damage. Okay, so in quick succession.
He's not finished yet. He gets an extra 1d8 of damage because of a Gloomstalker.
An extra 1d8 of damage. Yeah. Okay. So, spotting one that's prowling around the back of them. He turns and he quickly fires 1, 2, 3 off the back of the cart, hitting this one here. Okay, hits it. It yelps. Bloody blood gushes out onto the snow. It's not looking great, but it's still standing. Okay.
Right. He's got 10 foot movement left.
Okay.
He's just going to move over here, but he's still 30 foot in the air.
Okay, roger that. Just make a note of that. Okay, that's where he is. Right. Arwen, that's the end of his turn, yet?
Yeah, he's got nothing else left he can do.
Okay. Arwen. How far are these things from you? You're on the front one there. The big one's up front.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Flipping out.
To the front from you, 180 feet to the big guy.
Okay, can I use this action to do my mouth meter minutes, please?
Okay. The action to.
So that there gives me. Hang on. Because we've got fourth level. But yeah, so I've got. So I've got 6 meteors floating above me, ready to go.
Okay. Cool. Still in the cart. You've still got movement. Still got a bonus action.
Do I move forward or do I stay? I need to move forward. Can I move it all forward in the cart?
You can request that Dolph on his turn starts moving the cart forward if you wish.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him to move forward.
Okay. Right, so he acknowledges as the draft is starting to kind of whinny up, seeing these, sensing these wolves closing in on the sides of you, but he's trying to keep control of it. Okay, so we'll see what happens on his turn. So that's the end of your turn then, yes?
I'm not 100% sure because here it doesn't tell me how far I can chuck them.
The meteors.
What are you on about?
The meteors didn't tell me how far I can chuck them.
It does. One sec.
Oh, 120 feet, yeah. So yeah, I need to go forward.
You're gonna
Quite
piss him
far.
off round one.
With the cart and Dolph, you're going to try. If he succeeds on his animal handling, he will move the cart forward a portion of a movement for the horse, basically. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. The large winter wolf that is sat beside the giant to his right-hand side just kind of howls deeply and starts to pad off to the right-hand side. In a memento.
We're going to say more pack of wolves turn up.
He gets to about there. Just a second.
I am
Right.
hiding, Mark. So I never actually took a stealth roll.
Yeah, take a stealth roll now, yeah. Take a stealth roll now, yeah.
28.
Okay, so yeah, you're pretty confident that you have managed to get some foliage and get under cover. As that large wolf heads off to the side, it also vanishes. Okay. What's your passive perception? It's 18, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so the last you see and anybody sees of it, it's going off to that right-hand side. Right. It's your turn, Pike.
Some source. Now I have a question from you, Marcus.
Okay.
My loving DM, my apple of my eye.
What do you want? What do you want?
As I'm hiding, and I'm assuming the wolves don't know I'm there because I rolled a massive 28.
28. Yeah.
Would I get advantage when I attack one of them?
Are you going ranged or up close?
Ranged.
With ranged, yes, most certainly.
Oh, just so good to me. Yeah, so I'm gonna longbow shoot this dire wolf.
This one here. Okay.
This one here, for certain reasons.
Moving in.
Where's my character sheet gone? Yeah, so I'm gonna longbow strike with advantage.
Okay. You rolling to hit? A minute. Oh, is it
Yeah,
just taking
sorry,
its time?
sorry, 1 second.
No worries.
When I changed my character sheet, I fucking messed with something. I just noticed.
How big's that
Right.
ice thing? Is it huge, giant, or
The spire.
yeah? Is it a
30 feet.
large creature? Is it the
The-
ice guy?
Oh, the frost giant.
Yeah.
He is huge. Huge giant.
Okay.
12.
What, 12 to hit?
Yeah.
Doesn't hit. No, as the flows of snow coming up,
I fucking think it would.
it skims over and it doesn't hit. You're gonna have to use bows to try and hide again, potentially.
No, I'm thinking about moving, to be honest with you. I don't want fucking 3 wolves bumping on me. I'm going to bonus action dash so I can move 60 feet.
Okay, where are you heading?
Fucking opposite way to them. Over here.
You're getting to there.
Yeah.
Okay. All done?
Yeah, that was fucking shite.
So, Tiberius, you're up.
He's not here.
He's not
Oh,
here.
it's Osro. Sorry. Yeah.
Osro's gonna kite him, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. He's gonna. How far? What's the distance to the wolves on the right side of the screen?
On the right side of the screen, the 3 that look like they're prowling to come in, 150 feet, 155 feet.
Okay. So they're too far to hunt his mark. He's gonna just pop some shots, I guess.
Okay, long distance shots.
Do you have to roll for him?
Yes, I
Or
will
is
do.
that
Yes.
something I can do?
No, I think I've got to do that one, so I can do that for you. No
Okay,
problem.
so shoot the
He's looking hurt already, isn't he?
the.
Now?
The
Wait,
3
which
on the
one?
right-hand side of the map. The 3 on the right-hand side of the map haven't been touched yet.
Didn't Oric shoot 3 at 1 on the left? Or the
Torrix went on the left.
no, on the left.
Yeah, can I change that? He's gonna shoot his first one to the right. The same one that Torek was shooting at.
Okay, then. So on his first one, you want to target the same one that Torek was shooting at.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. So do you want me to measure the distance because you might be able to hit that one? That with Hunter's Mark, that one's 125 feet.
Still too far.
Still too far. Okay then. Tiberius fires. He gets a 14. He beats it. Yeah. Okay. So he hits.
1d8 plus 4.
Okay. I've got that one, and I can tell you that he has struck and killed. As it's coming in, those 3 shots immediately get hit.
Yeah.
The first one,
Mr. Finisher here.
Tiberius now
Yeah,
speaks with
He
animals.
always gets.
So I'll just mark that with
Do
a.
a fat one, mate. Yeah.
There we go. That one is killed. Okay.
All right, then he'll shoot any one of the ones on the other side.
So he's good with his second shot. He's going to target the one at the back.
Probably the closest one, probably.
Okay, then what's his what's his? Oh, he can fire with
Range?
150. He's good.
150. Yeah.
He's good. Okay, then he fires his next shot to the other side. 11. He doesn't hit. He misses it.
Okay.
Okay.
He's done, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Dolph is going to do an animal handling check to see if he can keep control of that draft, which is now starting to whinny and getting quite concerned. Okay, simple roll.
That face to look.
He's keeping control of it. It does not move as far as It should. Okay? So, in terms of where it's going to go, it takes him a lot longer to keep control of it. So it will move, but it will not move as far as... I'm going to actually just move you back slightly, Osro, just so I don't pick you up with this. It's only going to move a small distance forward, but it is moving forward. Okay? With you guys on the on it.
Shit.
Okay. Right. He is keeping control of the animal at the minute. That's what he's doing. Cyrus, you're up.
Oh god. Bonus action is just going to be to damage myself and light my crossbow on fire with my Crimson Right.
Okay.
Let me roll that, see how much damage I take. Oh, thank god, it's only one. Alright, so crossbow is my bonus action, lights. Ah, shit, I'm controlling this cart. I guess my action is my horse also going crazy.
It is, yeah, so I need an animal handling check from you first
so I
before you
guess-
can do it as a bonus. So, well, yeah, you've
I
taken
just
your
used my
bonus.
bonus, yes. I'm going to use my action to roll
Reaction.
animal reaction.
Yeah, you're right.
Whatever
Yeah, use
you
your reaction. No, it's your reaction. The animal has started to...
18?
So you can use a yeah, you're able to keep it steadied enough after you've got yourself basically that you now have your action free. But yeah, this may be a continuing theme.
In that case, this is getting... Oh, I can't even shoot any of these wolves without disadvantage. Gets over my handbow's range. Oh no. That's all really I can do. I'm just gonna say fuck it. The top wolf on the right side, the topmost wolf. I'm just gonna shoot a singular shot with disadvantage. There's really nothing I can do with my action. So I mean, if it works, it works. Let me see here with disadvantage. Oh. Yeah, that's not hitting. That's not hitting.
No. Again, you fire, the crossbow bolt goes wide. These things are moving amongst the drifts towards you, so it's getting quite hard to pin them down. All their white snow against their white fur against the snow, so it goes wide. Okay, that takes us to the large lumbering creature by the side of him, which kind of rears up and kind of the trunk comes up and lets out this kind of like kind of noise, and you see those massive tusks come round, but it doesn't do anything else.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's preparing.
Yeah.
Osro, you're up.
Right. So am I on the ground next to Penny since I unlocked Torek?
I had you doing it from horseback, but you can dismount if you want to without any penalty.
No, I'll stay on horseback.
You're on horseback. Okay.
What is the riding distance?
Let
me
do
look
you
that
have?
up.
Yeah, have a quick look at your stats for your horse.
This horse is about to die. 60 feet. So we're kind of getting into mounted combat here with my next question. If my horse travels 60 feet, do I still have my movement speed?
Yes.
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to go over there all alone, though.
And I'm charging the boss.
I guess I'll ride up to next to Dolph.
Okay, so 60 feet on the horse. Yeah. Okay, you can get in line with him. There. Yeah.
And can I hold my action until somebody gets closer?
Yes, you can. Yes, you may. No problem. Okay. All done?
Yep.
Luminara, you're up.
Uh-oh.
She might have stepped away or she might be muted. Are you there, Luminara?
She texted me. I
Sorry.
think. Oh, she's back.
Oh,
Are you back?
Yeah, sorry, my sister called me. Okay.
Don't worry.
So I want to summon my spiritual weapon.
Okay, I can bring that in for you. Spiritual weapon. Where is that? There it is. Okay, it is in. It is by you. It's ready to go.
Okay, perfect. And then yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do for now.
Holding action as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Seeing the front cart moving at pace towards them, and seeing Osro keeping up as you're kind of looking, and you're looking to Dolphin, then you look forward, you see that large lumbering figure spot you and just kind of let out this billowing roar in your direction, reach down and grab something large from its feet and pulls up a large stone.
Oh, fuck.
And with this
shit.
almighty force, it just goes and flings it at you. Okay?
No.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Now,
Basically playing 10-pin bowling with us.
yeah, it's within range. Right. It's aiming Osro for you, and well, it's going to be aiming for the well, it's going to be a toss up between whether it hits you and the horse. It might be a portion of it gets spread between the two of you. But let's see if it's mounted combat in terms of sharing damage. That's the point. You might get some full damage if you go off it. Depends what happens. Okay, the dice is coming out. You know my favorite dice, my fuck me, fuck you dice. It's going to be a portion of the damage will be shared, but it's which way the majority of the damage goes. Okay. Right. Let's see if it hits first. As your chart, let's see if it hits. So it's going to be aiming against the horse because that's the larger target. Oh, an 11 to hit the horse.
Oh shit! 1 second. Oh, it just hit.
Oh!
Okay. I think in this instance the damage is going to be taken by the horse. Okay.
Yeah, it's probably
Right.
dead.
25 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's deader than fuck. Did it not? It didn't hit me at all.
No, because I put the target against the horse, it's bounced, it's rolled, and it's gone.
Okay, yeah, I
smacked.
don't have that feat.
So
That horse is deader than fuck.
So this boulder's kind of hurled along the ground and rolled, and basically as
No.
you've turned forward, it's crashed into you both. You are able to give me a dexterity saving throw as you've had to push yourself away from it to escape some of that damage.
Eight.
Okay. A marginal amount.
Damage
But
from
you are
what
gonna-
though? Because from getting thrown from the horse.
From getting thrown from the horse, yeah.
Okay.
If a
'Cause I have that
whether you can
deflect
land-
missile thing, but
Oh, this you wouldn't be able to deflect this. I would suggest this is like a huge, great big boulder. So it's basically if you'd have passed the dexterity, you'd probably land on your feet or grab on something. But it's a bit of full damage basically. So it's
all good.
It's 1 point of full damage. Now you don't really have because you have failed the dex. You're going to go back just here, but Penny is obliterated in meat and smashed. The body is just smashed by the weight of this rock. Okay, right.
I'm sorry, maybe Luminara can res her.
All right. Now he kind of lets out this, and the howling just kind of seems to intensify. Now they are coming in response. Feet.
Damn, they got some movement on them.
50 feet?
That one's dead. That one's coming in.
Pike hot footing it across the friggin'. Oh shit.
Like it's like, nah, mate.
Fucking glad
nah.
I did, mate.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have got to me just yet, but I wouldn't
We're
have
all
had much
moving on
longer.
one turn. Oh, we're fucked.
They all got higher than a 2.
Okay. That is going to be none of them that are in combat yet. Okay. Right.
Bitches.
Magnus, you're up.
Ah, fucking hell. Okay. I'm gonna hop down off the side of the cart. Where can you zoom in a
Okay.
bit? Sorry, where's so I'm
Oh, yeah,
on.
you
Yeah, I'll go
are-
off. I'll go off the. I'll sort of leap across Cyrus's lap and onto the deck.
Okay, this side, yeah.
No, other way.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Onto the deck there, yeah.
Down onto the deck.
Okay.
I'll sort of I'll crack my neck, give it a good crack my knuckles, grab the old great axe, and I will go into a slight angry, ragey scenario.
Rage.
And then, how far are they? Because that's a bonus
You, the
action
cloak.
rage.
80 feet
Okay.
in closing.
I will move the 35 feet, sort of down towards the sort of in middle of the three of them. So if they were to converge on the draft horse, I'd be sort of in between them all.
Out there.
Yeah. And then
All right.
my action will be, I guess, to get the great axe ready. So come on, you fucking little bastards! And I'll ready my swipe.
Okay. At this point in time, as the ones that you see begin closing in close around you, as that stone has just been hurled with immense force and smashed into Penny and broken her body in one hit. And as you take in this scene here now, there is another amount of howling that can be heard in the distance. Okay.
Oh
But
god.
this is the scene as it stands. Okay. One dead wolf, one dead horse, a certain amount of them closing in around you, one that is not accounted for somewhere in that snow. And further
yeah.
down the road, Bromag, Listbringer, beside his mammoth mount is sitting there, standing there. That is where we're going to leave it tonight.
Fucking hell, bells.
All right.
Oh my god. Okay. TPK.
Yeah.
See what comes of it.
TPK.
Oh my god.
All right, good.
Can't travel. Can't leave the north.
Turn
Yeah, I
around.
ain't getting out the north.
Reverse the carts.
Hey,
Level
this beer's
six.
for Penny right here.
Yes, for Penny. I was only water, unfortunately, but this is for Penny.
Oh, nice one. Thanks
I'm
again,
pouring it out.
Space, for the subs and stuff. So,
Thank you, everybody. Good
Yeah.
session tonight. Well done, and thank you to everybody watching
good
as well.
sesh.
Yeah,
we'll
good
get
session.
some-
Very fun.
We'll get a schedule out there. We'll find out what's when we're next playing, hopefully nice and soon, and we will pick this up straight into combat straight away.
Oh, straight
We're on
into
it.
it.
All right.
Bingo.
Straight in.
Nice one. Nice one.
Good night, everybody. Good night.
Bye.